No Jumper. Coolest podcast in the world. And as long as we touch down in Texas, you know we had to try to stop by and have a long-awaited conversation with the alleged king of Texas hip-hop media.
Man, I don't want to label myself as just Texas.
Okay.
Louisiana, Florida,
fair.
Chicago, I was on the early, but definitely, like, this is the staple, like.
Wait, okay, so what year you start interviewing people?
Like 2012. That's when I picked up the camera.
See, everybody got years on me, man. I didn't even start till 2015. That's crazy.
I mean, you white though, so you was already 2 steps ahead because you white.
He already threw me in the trick bag. I can't deny that. Yeah,
I'm just keeping it real. Like,
well, I had like an entryway. Okay, my entryway exploded with the SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Whereas you were already super tapped in with like the streets and everything,
yeah.
and obviously that's been sustaining and it's a big scene, but it's a little bit maybe of a more slow build.
Man, yeah, and I mean the interview culture is not the same, which we'll talk about later. But for up and coming rappers, like it's like the fans don't even care about. It's like you got to reach a certain level, but then once artists reach a certain level, then they don't even want to. With the Vlads, the No Jumpers, the Say Cheeses, like let's keep it real. Like you go look at everybody's channel, it's less and less up and coming rappers.
Yeah.
And you know, part of that is both ways too. Is the demand for up and coming interviews aren't the same, and then it's just this charging now, and then it's like the fans want personalities.
Yeah.
So the culture really shifted. It's not really like 2015 anymore.
I used to have this like sense that when I did an interview that this was going to continue to get views and make money for a long time, and I very rarely see that where if I go back to older interviews, it's just like, oh, it's like getting 1,000 views a month, like 2 months after it comes out, which is kind of a weird feeling because like so many of those early interviews I did were just like sustained long-term views and shit, but now there's so many different platforms that it definitely doesn't feel quite as
split up now.
Okay, what drove you into doing interviews in the first place though?
Like, I'm gonna keep it real, it all started with MySpace. Like I was a MySpace celebrity, and
for what? How'd you get to that point?
I met a girl. Well, I just ended up following a girl from Glendale, Arizona.
Okay.
I never met her. We never had each other's we had each other's number, but at this time I'm like 13, like 14 on MySpace. And this was like in social media, whereas though, like in 2004 or 5, you didn't have phones. Like you couldn't get on social media on your phone.
Yeah.
So this girl, she knew how to do graphic designing, and she had made me a picture. She was just like, send me a picture. You wearing the outfit. I got the picture right here. And she said,
it's in your favorites?
is this a part of like social media, like history?
Oh, you pulled that out so fast. I don't know how the hell you just accessed that.
Oh, shit. But yeah, if y'all watching. If y'all know me, y'all know. But this picture, so she had made this graphic design photo of me, and then I had posted it on my MySpace. And then when I got back home, because back then you had to get on a computer to get on MySpace. So I got on the computer and I had like 60,000 friend requests. This was like 05. Just
because you look so fly in that picture?
Yeah, but because back then, I think I was like the first person to have like graphic design, like a full body graphic design.
Wow.
And so make a long story short, she started doing like crazy for me, but people thought I was doing it. Like she was never charging me. She was never charging me. So people wanted their picture like that.
Right.
So I would charge them $20 here, $50 there. I'm in high school. I'm a freshman, sophomore. So I would make not a lot of money, but I'm a kid, bro.
Something.
Like
you get that bug in your head of like, oh, I can make money on the internet.
Like I'm thinking like that, like in 05. Like we didn't even have phones yet. We had flip phones. Like we had no crazy social media. So I'm already thinking like that. Like my dad hated, because I used to hoop. My dad hated that I was like always on MySpace. Like he just didn't understand it. But me, I'm racking up friends, like I'm networking, like females, I'm playing basketball, meeting girls at tournaments that I met on MySpace. So it all started from there. Then I'm making money. So I'm like, damn, like $300 a week. Like that's decent. That's decent cheese for real.
Did you already have a sense that you were a different type of person? Because we were talking about you on the drive here and the fact that you don't drink and smoke and everything, that you never even tried it.
Yeah.
That just stands out to me a lot of like, oh, if he felt like he didn't even need to try getting f***ed up, that means that you just had like a real sense of purpose and confidence.
Yeah, I think I'm just different. Like when all my homies started like smoking weed and like gang banging, meeting up, fighting, I was meeting up with bitches. Because to me, if you got like women, like if women are on your side, like you'll always win for real. That's even with music. Like if you have a female fan, you know, that's just what it is.
But
like,
you're the king of like the most male dominated subculture, which is like hip hop interviews.
Yeah, that's true
like
too.
all of our audiences are like 90% dudes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But to my point,
but I guess music as a whole is women like it. Yeah,
it is. But so the computer used to be in my dad's room, my mom and dad's room. So I would have to sneak in there to get on the computer. And back then AOL was loud as shit. I don't know if y'all remember the dial-up tone. Yeah. Yep. So that's when I got into like the social media shit. And then that's when like MySpace fell off, Facebook picked up, Facebook was trash. And then that's when Twitter came along, and I started throwing parties on Twitter. So yeah, that's how I got like into it.
When did you first have the idea to interview somebody though?
Who was your first interview?
Like my friends, like I would like friends from school that I knew could rap. I would just start doing that. Go to the hood, people just freestyling, and then I don't know if y'all remember the Jade girl that got beat up in the locker room on World Star
From back in the day.
Beat that bitch up, Jade. And Beat King did a song to it, but it was a viral Jade fight in the locker room, a black girl.
Yeah.
That's MO3's baby mom now. It's crazy.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, that before he passed, he got her pregnant. But that's Mo3's baby mom or whatever. But she went super viral, and I had interviewed her. And I started like doing like real like viral interviews like that would go viral on World Star. And then boom, I would slowly get like into the rap shit, you know, the Chicagos. I would drive to like Chicago, New Orleans, and just start interviewing in the hood.
But at that time, were you just doing like everything? Because you have like a bunch of interesting stories, I think, about how you did interviews with tons of artists early on, and some of them didn't even come out, right? Like, didn't you do a Rod Wave interview like way before he blew up, but you didn't put it out?
Nah, like we discovered Rod Wave. Like I got him signed.
Oh, really?
But I never interviewed him.
Oh.
But I've interviewed.
I might be thinking of someone else.
It's a lot of interviews that came out, got deleted. Like this girl I used to mess with, she deleted like my TK interview. And I was so mad because right when she deleted my TK interview, you did a viral interview with him.
Over the phone from jail.
Yeah.
But a girl deleted it?
She deleted
like a bunch of good
shit. She deleted a lot of good shit.
Yo.
Yeah, she deleted a lot of good shit.
You're a dog.
Man.
You must have done her bad.
I mean, just sending girls money on Cash App like that. Like sending girls money on Cash App and things like that. She had caught me on Christmas.
And you don't have the raw files from that TK interview or anything?
No.
Wow.
No.
That's brutal.
But it's just a lot of interviews I did early, like you know, early.
Were you looking at ZackTV as a motivator, or was that just somebody who was kind of doing it at the same time?
Nah,
as you?
not really. Like we were really like friends. Like this was back when we was like charging people for interviews and shit.
Oh, really?
Like now I pay people to get on the platform sometimes, but
because I remember a long time ago I seen a video of you and ZackTV outside together and y'all came
because Chicago was trying to divide,
pitch y'all against each other because they were saying that y'all was doing. I was paying
exactly. You know your shit.
I was doing my shit.
I would go to Chicago and do like interviews and shit, and then Chicago people would be like, well, his interview was better, or it was like a versus. So it was like I had to go to Chicago, and you know, and that's funny because that day, that's the day I thought FBG Duck was gonna rob me.
Really?
So I never got an interview because he kept like begging me to like come over, and it was like 40 over there.
And did you just not give a shit about the danger? Because obviously Chicago's always had this reputation.
Man, to me it was just God like sticking and moving, like being in Brick City with like 600 Breezy. Like we was on the west side of Chicago, almost got robbed like twice. I was with DJ Oreo, Chance the Rapper DJ, and we were looking for his house. And I'm not driving. I'm telling my homeboy, in Chicago, you don't slow down. You gotta drive like you know where you're going.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's dudes on the corner, and they looking at us slowing down, and they up the pole on us. So like that has happened, but. Nah, man, I've been with some really good people like Lil Mouse and all of them, like really good, you know, people in their section.
And your main way of monetizing at that time, besides YouTube, was the fact you would do like the big interviews for free, and then you would go interview other people and charge them?
Yeah, at that time I was charging people like for interviews and shit like that, but that shit will melt your channel down real bad.
Yeah.
So I stopped doing that. I stopped doing that and just made it to where you had to really like earn your way. Yeah.
So that day you was in Chicago, you was there for Duck though?
I was in Chicago I was in Chicago 2 times a week.
Yeah.
Chief Keef's mom, and bro, I'm Rico Reckless super early, 600 Breezy. You know, I was King Yella. Like I was in Chicago, Tay 600, like I was in there every week taking that spirit flight. Every week I was there. So that's what created me to eventually have a bond with Zach, because you know, we would always discuss prices, and he was lowballing himself at the time. I'm like, man, you ZackTV, bro. Why you charging $400? Like, so we would discuss that a lot, and then next thing you know, he died, man, and
yeah. Rest in peace. Did that change your mentality at all?
Hell yeah, I started wearing bulletproof vests to interviews. I was about to say,
that's when you brought the vest out.
Yeah. That's when I started having security and shit. But yeah, that shit really like changed a lot.
It's crazy because like I feel like you can think like early on, especially like you might not understand how important doing these interviews is. And then I remember just like meeting up with Vlad one time and him just telling me about all these interviews that he had done like 10 years before, and like him having that conversation with me and just realizing how important this shit could be really changed my mentality. Like I already knew I was hyped on it, and I already knew that this was like what I wanted to do, but I don't know, it just like really cemented in my mind like this shit is important as it feels like you had some understanding about that if you're like uprooting your whole life and going to Chicago every week to get more and more of this content. Like, did you have a grander vision, or did you just know that like this is working right now and this seems important?
I didn't have a I mean, I was just shout out to Sloppy Joe, Nate, Fat Boogie, Nikki. Like we would all like put in like $200-300 a piece, and we would just pick a city.
Okay.
Like it was sometimes I would just like, hey Nate, where you want to go? And then sometimes I would put together like a tour, and I would map it out. St. Louis, Oklahoma, St. Louis, and then Memphis. Just map out shit, and then go get the best shit out there at that time. Like we just had no idea.
Yeah,
we was just moving. Like how y'all doing right now?
Right.
Houston, Dallas, like getting the best shit that's currently going on. Like that's what we was doing.
Yeah. No, definitely. I feel like I got like real complacent at a certain point with just like being in LA and just having people come to me, but there's a certain like energy that you get when you're really like touching other people's cities, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so like when would you identify that there was like a shift? Because I feel like at a certain point you kind of realized that you didn't necessarily want to be on the move doing mass production of interviews, and that you wanted to be a little bit more focused and get the ones that really mattered. And now I feel like your channel exists with like a little bit of a different style where you might not do as much content, but the that you do is like very topical and on point with so many of the different interviews you get. I just find myself sitting there looking at it like, I wish I had that idea a week ago, but he got it.
Yeah. Damn, bro, just really like the times changing. Like I said before, like the up and coming interviews didn't really get as many views, so I just start really just taking in what the fans wanted, you know, and then I don't know, man, like really just curating that people want to see, like I don't know. That's a really great question. I really just go with the flow. Like, I really just go with the flow for real.
Well, from my perspective, it seems like at a certain point you realized that you just weren't going to build the level of business that you maybe were interested in running from just doing interviews over and over and over. And you realized that, like, maybe instead of just trying to make all this money from YouTube, like a Vlad or a No Jumper, you were going to embed yourself in the scene that way, be super connected to all the up-and-coming talent, but that your focus was going to be more on signing artists and being able to hit big licks off of finding these artists early rather than just piecing it together by just doing mad interviews.
Yeah. I really, like, and to be honest, like, I really love doing the interview. It's just, I don't know, I just feel like the culture changed, like especially when I'm at Charleston. Like, you know, people know that Charleston gets a big bag off interviews, and I'm not trying to change the subject, but it's just like a lot of people wanted to be paid for interviews. And so it was just like, I really just fell, I don't really know. I just really fell back from doing interviews and shit. Like, it's not because of artists, it's not because of Our IG page is popping. But I just really just wanted to be like really selective. I don't know why.
Right.
But I always tell myself I look at your like, man, I need to pump my up more. Like you looking at my like, you know, I'm being hand selective, but I'm like, man, I be wanting to pump my shit up too.
Right.
Like,
but we're both in a similar. All right. When I signed Sky Bree to a management deal in 2021 or whatever, that was a moment for me where I was kind of like, all right, well, you're either gonna keep grinding out this content, but here's this off ramp. Like maybe you should be an OnlyFans manager. Maybe if you focus your life on this, you can make more money. Which I still am a little torn. I'm still like, there's part of me that's like, man, maybe I should have just zeroed in on that a little bit more. But it's like we made our names off doing interviews and but there's always other opportunities, you know?
Do you mind if how much have you made? What's the most y'all made on YouTube in a month, if you don't mind?
I think like during the pandemic, we did maybe like $250,000 off of just AdSense. So that was cool.
I think us probably I'm gonna say like 180.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
I mean, especially for you being a one-man operation, that's super impressive. Because at that time, we had tons of people doing content all the time.
I was looking at, because I pay attention to everything. Like when I seen you do the warehouse shit, I'm like, and then I'm looking at your YouTube, I'm like, how the fuck are you keeping up with all the expenses? Like I'm scared to get drowned in that shit.
No, that is the most wise perspective you could possibly have, because for sure, like us getting that spot was kind of a mistake. Like it's cool, it's not like running us dry or anything, but it's definitely like more than we need, you know? Like at a certain point, I thought podcasting was just going to become so big because it felt like it was growing so much during the pandemic, but then at a certain point, it kind of came back to earth.
Did you buy it? Like buy the warehouse, buy it? Get some in LA? Sheesh.
In a nice part of LA too.
Damn, I don't know if you remember me texting you one day. I'm like, bro, how much you make a month? You remember that?
Not really, but
yeah, like we
talk, yeah.
We was conversing. I was like, bro, how much you make a month? Because I'm like, it's like YouTube. Because I see like the streamers, they gauge how much they want to stream and like that. Like YouTube's really the same way. Like I could hit up Victoria and be like, yo, let's stop playing this month. Let's make 120. And we could do that.
Right. Like, I noticed you like supercharge it some months. It'll seem like, oh, Sean's at it
again. Yeah,
like
I like YouTube because I can gauge it, but I don't like forcing that's not there. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, people like the Charleston and, you know, I'll find other creative ways, but I just don't like forcing that's not there.
We were saying that yesterday, like, all the content that we did that's super exciting for us this weekend is like stuff that you probably wouldn't do because this is kind of like territory that you've already covered over the years.
Like what?
You know, like obviously, like you've done. Well, I'm sure you've done Maxo and like, you know.
Nah, I've never done a Maxo.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Like I've been a Maxo fan like for years since he dropped like the Lewinsky joint like years ago. Like like I've been a we just never did it. Like I don't know if I don't know. Like I don't know if it's back.
You think he might be a hater?
No. Definitely not a hater. Like been around him for sure. Like we converse when it's time to converse, but I don't know if like somebody on his team. I don't know if it's a team thing, but we just never did it.
It's also like you want to wait for the right moment.
Nah, we've had a lot.
You don't agree with that?
We've had a lot of nice moments, like where it would be a good interview. Yeah. But Maxwell's one of them ones. Like he's definitely like a Houston OG. Yeah. Like he got the hood, he got the street guys, and then he got the skaters too.
He looped it in with the SoundCloud scene. At that time, he was like the one Texas gangster that fit in with the Playboy Cardis and the Fathers and the Lil Pumps.
Yeah.
He said that he's like, damn, Adam had Lil Pump opening for me.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm not even remembering this anymore. But
yeah, Maxo understood it, but we just never got one in. I don't know what it is, but I love what Maxo has done though for sure. But what else though?
Like we did a little CJ Casino last night.
Yeah,
I assume you done him back in the day.
Yeah, plenty of times. But like right now, it's like a gray area because the Yayo shit.
Yeah,
and I'll post me and Yayo are in business. You know,
Yayo's your artist.
We work. I've got him a bag. I got Yayo crazy bag. I don't like saying people are my artists because you know he's really his own artist.
But so is that Yayo saying, "Hey, I don't want you to f with my ops," or is that you just feeling like it would make you look weird?
Nah, because I still fuck with Sauce Walker. It's nothing nobody can say about Sauce, bro, that make me stop fucking with him. It's nothing nobody can say about Yayo to make me stop fucking with him. I fuck with both of them, like. But CJ, we just like it's like a love-hate thing. Like he'll get on the internet, go off on me, and text me, go crazy on me, FaceTime, go crazy. So it's just like a gray area. But I don't not with him. It's just that's just the time being as of right now. It has nothing to do with Yayo.
I think like a lot of people, myself included, Vlad included, over the years have realized that if you really want to be the guy producing the most content, that you gotta kind of just let the rappers talk about you at a certain point and just be able to take them back. Once they're done, like, all right, you want to do another interview? All right, cool.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, but I have nothing against. But you know, with Yayo and him got going on, like that's like real Fort Worth shit. But I don't know. But Sauce, I with Sauce. Like we came up together. Like when I remember meeting Sauce in Austin, he ran up on me. Like Sauce, the most confident person. Like he just wears it. And I know y'all got like a funny relationship.
I mean, I feel like I've never done anything but show him love. Like his main gripe with me is that I said that I wanted to do an interview and crack a pint with him, which I thought, okay, we're both lean enthusiasts, so that would be cool. Him probably more so than me. But he took it as more like a racialized thing of like that I didn't respect him, which is like, bro, like if you wanted to negotiate a fee, we could have done that too. I was just talking about the pint. That's on me.
Yeah.
That's not like your payment.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I phrased it differently at the time. But even when I like go back and forth with him, I try not to be disrespectful because I've always been such a big fan of him and I respect him as an entrepreneur and everything. And even when he was like kind of ranting against me the other day, he was like, I respect you going to Houston and doing content with all these artists and bigging up the city and shit. So I feel like it wasn't like a pure hatred thing.
Yeah. Nah, I fuck with Sauce, man. And he's like the first dude. I met him like 2013. He was probably like one of the first guys who had money like before rap. Like all the shit he's saying is like it's true.
Right. So wait, how did you actually meet Charleston? And did you have the vision for the fact that you guys were gonna have this sort of long-standing content relationship?
I was in the bed with my girl, and he used to go live on Facebook every morning, driving his car, and the PS5 came out, and he was mad at everybody for buying the PS5 because at the time he said he was broke, so he was just mad at everybody buying the PS5. He said he couldn't buy one for his son, so he started going off on everybody. And I told my girl, I said, I'm gonna make this guy rich.
Really?
I'm a creative player. Like that's like.
And at this time, he had no followers. Like how
he was known. He was known in the city for sure. Like he was already doing his thing. I ain't gonna come in and act like he was just a bum on the street and I just turned him up. But I did turn him up. But he already had the formula down. Like he already kind of semi understood the internet. So I told my girl, I said, I'm gonna turn him up. And then he used to put his number all over the internet. And I had text him. I said, yo, this is Say Cheese. Like, let's do an interview. And he didn't hit me back. So I'm like, damn. And then he was still posting on Facebook. So I had called him one day. He didn't answer. Then I texted him. He finally got back with me. And then we did the interview. And
did it go nuts from the first one?
No, it didn't. It didn't. Okay. I knew it would took 3 tries.
Really?
I knew. I didn't pay him. He pulled up with Dewberry. And that interview didn't go up because the audio f***ed up. So we did it a second time. And then he said like Nipsey and George Floyd. He had said some like that. Kind of got a little traction. And then he went at Gilly about the Lil Uzi Papa.
Right.
Corvette.
And you never had any kind of communication about what he was going to talk about in the interviews? It was just whatever he felt like saying?
Nah, like nothing scripted, nothing planned. And then at the time, I think I still wasn't paying him. And then Vlad had paid him like $2,500. And then I was like, shit, like, let's do whatever Vlad gonna do, I'll double it. Cause like, you know, like we tight now.
Do you have any idea how many you've done with him at this point? Dozens.
Charleston's made over $1 million with me.
Really?
Yeah. Like each interview I'm giving him from 75 to 10.
Really?
But his interviews do so good, I don't mind.
But you used to cut up into clips and then drop the full thing, and now you kind of just drop the full thing.
I like this interview because you giving game.
Yeah. I've always been curious because I've seen you go back and forth a little bit.
Because interviews do more money in full.
You think that overall that makes you more money?
Yes, it does.
Really?
You got to add the ads in. Yeah. I don't want to give away too much game.
Yeah.
Add the ads in every minute.
But that's how I know I'm disconnected because I haven't had to add the ads in myself in a long time. And the other day I'm talking to Trap War Ross, and he mentioned like, well, the real you can monetize. You could do a mid-roll ad at 8 minutes, but if you get it to 12 minutes or 18 minutes, then you can get 2 in or whatever. And he's like telling me like exactly.
Yo.
Like, he's thinking about the length and how many ads. Because I'm like, I ain't thought about that in so long.
I'm looking at 1090 Jake and I'm looking at the Trap Boy Ross's, and I'm like, how the f is Trap Boy Ross getting money and he's only doing 4 interviews a year type shit? Remember when he used to rarely do?
Yeah.
But it makes sense now because you're making more money in one chunk, and then you can still break it down afterwards.
Well, that's what he's really smart with, is he'll make the video so that he can cut out the chunks and put it on the second channel. But then, I was looking at his channel and like he'll get 5-6 million views in a month without putting anything out. So his back catalog goes crazy, which is something that is probably better than the interview.
Yeah, because it's like he does more like a documentary type of format. Like,
people just go back to it over and over. Yeah,
I always wonder like would Vlad start doing full, because it makes more money.
I mean, he does clips and then full, but then he also has the membership. Same thing with us, where it's like he's trying to get people to give him $5 a month, and then they
pay
can
you for
get
the membership.
He does more than us, but he's been doing it for like 5 years. It's definitely decent. I can see it growing and growing. Like he told me how much he was making from it, like the first month, and then I never asked about it again for like 4 years, and then I asked him about it, and I'm like, oh, okay. I probably should have been doing this from the first time you told me about it. Okay.
6 figures, damn near?
No, but it's still like solid,
Yeah.
and it's like having money that's consistent and doesn't depend on you doing a million different fucking interviews and getting a million different clickbait headlines and whatever. Like that's gotta feel pretty good,
Yeah, damn. But yeah, with Charleston, Charleston makes a pretty big bag with interviews, and I mean now he's doing the Aiden shit. Aiden's giving him like 30 grand. Like he's
The streamers f the game up.
Man,
they got money just falling from the sky. It's not correlated to anything.
Man, would you stream?
Not like that.
Would you?
If it made sense. I mean, we stream like the podcast a little bit, but it's like I only got so much time in the day. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't do 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to do no scripted shit either.
And then that 8 hours, the 8 hours of you sitting in front of your computer reacting to shit or whatever is like, it's cool while you're doing it because you're getting donations, whatever. But it's like that has like the worst replay value of anything.
It does.
Versus interviews or documentary type stuff. People go back to that, but nobody's really trying to hear, oh, I wonder what Adam was thinking about a year and a half ago.
Exactly. Yep. Real shit.
For sure. Wait, but so with Charleston, you guys just lock in whenever you feel like you got a good.
Yeah, we usually like to do
topics?
we like to do the first of the month.
Okay.
Every month.
All right.
And it kind of hurts sometimes because we, like when Ronnie passed, like that was my guy, but we just had to talk about it. Just like that interview, the interview time with Charleston fell like a day after Ronnie passed, and Ronnie was my like real friend. Like I knew Lil Ronnie, but his baby mom, Ronnie's baby mom, was upset about that. But me and Charleston, that's just what we do. Like I can't.
Has there ever been a time where he said anything during one of your interviews that you were like, this is too much, I got to cut this out?
Yeah, like when he talks about like kids and stuff, like that shit kind of like hurts. Like damn, like when he said that shit about like Gilly's son, like that shit's like damn.
Ugh, yeah.
But
anything
I know
involving kids is tough.
But I know Charleston though, like it's easier for me to do that because I know Charleston's really just playing with the internet. Like he don't. I mean, a lot of he really do stand on, but I know he really has a heart for kids.
The mind-blowing thing for me is when I see people who are kind of like certified street dudes or whatever, and they still won't denounce him because they respect so much of the other shit that he says that like they can just accept the 80% of his content that they like and ignore the 20% that they don't like. You know, the 20% might be what's really getting people to click and bringing them in, you know?
Yeah.
Niggas be trying to hold you accountable to shit he say though?
At the beginning.
Yeah.
At the beginning, it was real bad. Like, I was losing subscribers.
Wow. Really?
No, I don't think you understand. It's hard to lose subscribers.
That's crazy.
It's hard to see. It's hard to go from 989 to 987. Like, really, like, losing subscribers. Like,
and believing in it and being like, I'm going to keep going with this.
Yeah, you got your mom. You got my mom calling me, my dad calling me, asking me who he is. And it was bad in the beginning, but, like, after a while, it's like he done made so many, like, good points. And then old points he made are you know how the internet is. They're bringing up shit that he said 4 years ago, and it now it sticks.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can you really argue with that?
But bro, that's the other thing that f***ed up the internet game is that everything's clips now.
Everything's clips.
Yeah.
Everything is clips, bro. Like
when X died, I always like when I look at my views for like the whole time I've been doing No Jumper, there's just like one craziest spike, and it was the day X died because everybody went and watched his interview. That wouldn't happen like that anymore. Now it would be like, oh, we're gonna take this interview and cut it up into a million pieces and put it on Twitter and TikTok and Reels and everything.
Do you report that when it's on TikTok in IG? Or you
I
let
don't.
it go?
Do you?
Nah.
I know Vlad does. I just don't bother.
Yeah,
Vlad said it takes forever to get it taken down.
Vlad don't be playing.
Vlad, he's a Jew. You a Jew?
Nah.
Yeah, he's Jewish. He don't play about his money.
I feel like I relate to the Jews though.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
I'm always trying to be cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I'm a 3-4 man crew, man. You got a whole.
Yeah, we
staff.
Whittled it down over the years though. We got a little
see.
too big at one point.
I see. It's funny you made that video talking about going broke. I said, this dude is not broke, bro. Shut up, dog. Stop playing.
I had an important message I wanted to get across to the world.
Yeah, people ate that shit up.
That was a good week.
And then you got your IG back too, so that was amazing.
What do they do? Tough. This thing? I want to do that.
How'd you get it back though? It just appeared back?
Yo, massive shout out, and I don't think he wants to be bothered about this, but like 40 Ounce Van, you remember him?
Yes.
From back in the day, he used to make those crazy hats and shit. He's still in the game, and I interviewed him back in the day, and he was just the one person who tapped in and said, "Yo, I got this girl," like, and then she just boom. And what's crazy though is I hit her about Ugly God had me hit her up because he's dying for all these years to get his Instagram back.
Yeah. I'm the one that told Ugly God. I said
to kill the guy.
No.
Crazy.
Nah,
I'm sorry.
Nah, he. I said, hey, let's do an interview, and he was like, he basically felt like Ugly Guy felt like he couldn't do nothing without his IG page. I said, bro, I lost 4 IG pages, bro. Start a backup page, and if you get that one back, now you have 2. I got like 4. Like I got like 4 throwaway pages, and they each got like 500,000.
Really?
Followers, yeah.
Oh, shit.
And we got like over like 98 fake pages on IG. It's bad. But anyway, I said, Ugly Guy, you need to start a new page and I'll shout you out. And he got like that day, he got like 60,000 followers. So he was really stuck on the IG page for like 2 years.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, start a new one.
I wonder why they took his shit anyway.
I don't know.
You know, he always be posting memes and shit, so probably he post some crazy.
Yeah.
But wait, so Ugly God, so wait, this girl got you your back?
She did, but then like, and she didn't want any money or anything. She just like said she worked there, and then Ugly God hit me up like, bro, can you please like just ask her if she could get my shit? I hit her up. She didn't respond to me. It was like, I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe she looked into it and saw that it was a little too serious. I don't know.
She a white lady?
Maybe Hispanic of some sort. I forget.
And she works for Facebook.
Yeah, I guess.
You gotta keep her in your back pocket.
Yeah.
She live in New York or LA?
I think New York. I hit her up about that, and then I hit her up about one other thing that she didn't respond about too. So I'm like, why did she just descend from the clouds and help me with this one thing and then just go away?
Right?
What is that? Doesn't usually happen.
Shout out to her though.
Yeah, shout out to her. So she all right. So I guess
there's a lot of places.
Yeah, there's a lot of places we can go. A lot of places we can go for it. Okay, this is one thing I've been really wanting to ask about. When I was outside the club in Houston, we're going around, tons of people out there. Cartel Bo, a little drunk. He told me, hey, just so you know, you good out here. Shawn Cotton, real tune, they can't be out here like this. They done said too much.
Damn, Cartel Bo said that?
I know, I was gonna keep it anonymous, but I figured
nah,
why not throw him in the mix.
He just DM'd me to post this yesterday about
and
the
I seen you
shit.
posted about the
But I grilled him about it the next day too, and he said he's like, it's not like anybody gonna kill him or something or whoop his ass, but like there's stuff that people would want to talk to them about because I guess like from a Texas perspective, people see you as being very much up in the mix when it comes to a lot of the beefs and crazy shit that's going on.
I don't know. I just left Houston, so I just left Houston.
Being around a bunch of unruly gangster
yeah,
ass people at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I had no idea. I mean, if he was drunk, it came from a real place. But I interviewed Cartel Bo. I was there early with Cartel Bo. Like me and him was like Shaq and Kobe when it came to his rollout. But I don't know.
You might have just been gassing me up.
Yeah, probably so.
But when was the first time that you really felt like, shit, I'm like really wrapped up in this? Because looking back at the MO3 shit, the Trap Boy Frey shit, all that shit, it's like, damn, like Shawn was really in there covering this shit that probably just seemed like a rap beef, but then at a certain point, it obviously got way more serious.
I mean, which situation? Because like even like G Money, like when I interviewed G Money in Louisiana, I interviewed.
Yeah, right before he passed, right?
He asked for an interview. I'll never forget. I interviewed him like over like a speakerphone, and if you go back and watch, it has millions of views. But he like begged for an interview, and that whole time he addressed that he had slept with young boy's sister. I didn't know that. But that's something that he had said in the interview.
Right.
And I mean, then he passed, and then people blamed me for it. So it's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes where rappers, they want to tell their side of the story. If I'm interviewing, I'll interview Yella Beezy, and then Mo3 doesn't agree. He wants to have the last word. Then Yella Beezy wants to respond. Then Mo3, it just never ends.
And
so
they think you instigating.
Yeah, but it's the whole time. It's like, yo, y'all want to let y'all space be said. So that's why I learned from that with the Yayo and Saw shit is when they go at each other on the internet, like when he did an interview with you and Vlad and academics, I didn't post none of that. Like I try to stay out of the back and forth now, because if something bad happens and it's documented, it's gonna come back on Say Cheese did this and that. So, and I only did one interview with Yayo about Sauce, and it wasn't even supposed to go down like that. Like it was supposed to be me, Charleston, and Yayo together.
Oh shit.
And it was supposed to be on like some Fort Worth, but Charleston didn't show up. So,
but with Yayo, you can't really control him if he wants to talk about who he don't
you can't control anybody, and you can't control what any man says for real.
True.
So it's like, but you know, that's what I learned from that. Like, you see documentaries say like Say Cheese or Shawn Cotton had something to do with like Mo3 passing. It really started with Roy Lee, like the comedian. Yeah. Like once Roy Lee got jumped at a club one night. This time I'm living in LA. And No Jumper was just now starting off. Shout out to my homie MT, Michael Taylor. He told me about you, white homie. Really? But you were just now popping off, and I was living in LA at the time.
Why'd you decide to move there?
I was just staying with MT. He would live in South Central and shit. And like I told you, I was stick and move. I was dealing with a girl out there doing like Soulja Boy interviews and Rich the Kid, Famous Dex. Like that was that era. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Trill Sammy, that was that era. So I would be out there with them, sticking and moving. Chicago, LA, sticking and moving. But this was like when you were coming up, and I would always hear about you on Melrose and shit. And were you on Melrose at that time?
Downtown until like mid 2017, and then we went to Melrose.
Yeah. You were downtown at the time, but to my point, Roy Lee got jumped when I was in LA, and that's when he started going back and forth with Yella Beezy online. Right, and then that's when Roy Lee got shot. They said he was set up. Somebody was trying to pay him for a skit because he was a comedian. Right, yeah. And then he survived the shooting. He went to a club they had booked him at, and then he died because he had a what them shits called, when the bullet blood clot. Oh, really? So he died like weeks afterwards. Yeah. But I never interviewed Roy Lee or anything on social media. So when Roy Lee died, that's when it went crazy. That's when Yella got shot. And then and then it makes me look bad because I'm interviewing both parties. Yeah. So that's what I learned from that. Like beef now, I'll never do a back and forth. Let everybody tell their story because I'm not gonna win. I'm gonna be the loser of the situation.
Like me right now with like 4 Extras and King Pill going back and forth. Like it seems like good internet content, but then King Pill goes and shoots a video in his neighborhood. Yeah. And then all of a sudden we're on the precipice of like anything could happen with this. Yeah. Like this could totally turn into a serious situation.
Somebody could die, somebody goes to jail, and then you're left here. Yeah. And then they're gonna say, Adam 22, he's white, he doesn't care about.
And even if you believe in what you were doing and that you didn't cross any lines or whatever, it doesn't change the fact that it puts a big old stank on your brand. Exactly. Everybody just kind of associates it with that sort of content, and that could be a real brand risk.
Yeah, because like I have AAU basketball teams, like I get back to the community, I deal with kids, like you got their parents seeing this shit, like your name's attached to it. Like, bro, I'm not a street guy at all. Like, I don't even act like a street guy. I don't want nothing to do with the street. So, but just having that on your name is like, no, bro. Like, these people wanted interviews. They wanted to let their name on the biggest platform in their area, and that was that. Somebody died. I'm documented getting document, you know. So it's just that's just what happened.
I mean, that's one weird thing about the streets and gangbanging is that nobody ever wants to blame the gangbangers.
Nobody.
But you as like a square that should know better, who's in the middle of it, that's an easy target to blame. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I've always, you know, the G Money shit was real tough on me, and then like even Tech and Main Music, like they're at it right now. I'm not covering that.
Yeah.
Tech is my guy. Me and Main, that's my guy. So it's like I haven't posted none of that because if somebody dies, they're gonna say Cheese did it. So
Yeah.
it's just staying out of it.
It's wild though because it's like by doing that, by sitting it out, you're basically opening the door for all these other pages to just be like, well, we're gonna relentlessly document the fuck out of this. Like we made that decision when Draco the Ruler was beefing with everybody from Inglewood and all these Bloods in LA and stuff. We could have been doing daily, like breaking down the lyrics and like Draco said this and et cetera. And we kind of already sensed what this was like turning into. So we decided to like not treat it like content. A lot of other pages did. And then obviously it ended in a bad way.
But see, that's why for so long I tried to hide. For so long, people didn't know who ran Say Cheese. For so long, it was, they called me Say Cheese. I didn't have, that's why like now, like I'm about to start to like this, like, literally like in weeks, like to really like pump up the Shawn Cotton brand. But that's a reason why like I really like Academics has a brand, Adam 22 has a brand, Vlad has a brand. Apart from the No Jumpers, apart from them, like y'all have y'all personal brand. But for so long, I tried to hide for so long. Bro, outside of Texas didn't knew who ran Say Cheese.
But was that a thing for like safety reasons? Because you know, being a journalist, especially a black journalist, it's harder for us to do.
Yeah, bro. It was times I was breaking news hours before like niggas knew who was getting shot. And it was easy for me to go to Chicago and not know my face. Like I was in Chicago crazy, but the casual fan wouldn't know that's Say Cheese. They would just think I was a black guy with a camera. So that's what, when I was in Detroit, Dex Osama, like moving and grooving, like the Baltimores, the St. Louis, like it was easy for me to maneuver because I wasn't super Shawn Cotton brand. I wasn't putting that's why it throws me off when Cartel Bo said that, because I don't even speak on things. And
this was him drunk at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm just saying this so that he can clear it up later.
Bro, that's my guy. Like, that's my guy. Like, he just hit me up yesterday.
Yeah.
But I don't even, like, Real Tune has way more opinions than me. I'm not even opinionated. I'll post shit on Say Cheese and go about my way.
Because I was having that conversation with somebody the other day, and I was like, if you want to know, like, what kind of person it takes to be a big name in rap media, you kind of need to be, like, controversial, loud, up in the mix. Because look at everybody who's killing it. Me, Joe, Vlad, Academics, like, et cetera. And I even used you as an example. I said, if anything, Shawn Cotton obviously has built something huge. It's great. It's powerful. But he would be a bigger name if he was in the shit.
Man, yeah. I'm telling you, I know so much shit. Bro, I know, it's been a lot of it's been a lot of times where gotten killed, shot, robbed, and I like, bro, people talk to me. Like, I really like, I be outside. I don't be in the clubs and the studios, but like people see me. Like, people talk to me. People call me. Like, when that shit happened with Sauce, I've been in Memphis. I knew, like, I was on the phone with his dad, like,
really
hours before it even hit the internet. I be knowing shit, bro. But it's like, I can't, me being black, me being outside, having to protect my brand. I don't let, bro, it's times where I will send to a BZTV or, and I hate saying littler platforms, but I would send to smaller platforms so they could break it, and then I'll post it. Because I don't need on my mental, like, I don't need people coming after me.
No, I feel
so
that. Yeah, that's a big decision for sure. Okay, so what about the J Main connection? Because people a lot of times will try to be like, oh, you blew up J Main, and I'm like, hell no. You forget about all the interviews that Shawn Cotton did with him in the lead up to that, which I remember I would like click on clips here and there, but I wasn't like a fully 100% a fan yet. And then at some point it just kind of, I actually remember the clip that made me like, oh, we got to get this on, is when he was homeless in the
he was really homeless,
right? But he's living in his car and like staying at people's cribs, but he was like in the storage facility
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, this is actually like getting really interesting. Like he's putting together a whole soap opera out of his life.
He was really homeless. At the beginning, I didn't want to interview J-Mane because when I would go to YouTube, all I would see was like King Von and King Von this, King Von that.
Yeah.
And then like the first, second interview, like I just didn't understand it. But you know, V, the girl who edits my interviews and stuff and shoots my interviews, she saw something in him. And I just kept interviewing him, and he kept telling stories, kept giving us stories about the Tay Savage situation and
that
shootouts.
was really what blew him up.
Yeah, and then he did the OTF face tats, and so that's really like what blew him up, and he was storytelling, and but at the beginning I didn't see it, I just didn't understand it, but he was really homeless.
Right.
Like I ran into him. Well, I didn't run into him. I picked him up from the U-Haul one time, and I had gave him some cash, and I was like, hey, bro, take this. This is for our next 2-3 interviews, bro. Just take it. And he was moving and getting the U-Haul and everything. Super good guy, though.
Right.
Yeah, he said you helped him get back on his feet.
Yeah.
Before he even.
Yeah, like, and
after Thunky Mane took his channel.
Yeah, like I helped him back get on his feet, and I wasn't on the internet with it, but I just knew what we could build. I gave him a few thousand, $4 or $5 grand, like, hey, bro, this for our next 2 interviews, bro. Yeah. Just don't run off on me. And he came back. We did the interviews and we ran it up. But that's really what it is now with YouTube is you gotta create characters like the 607 Unk guy. Like people want to see that now. People don't want to like up and coming rap interviews aren't. I mean, these niggas be on drugs. They're not informative. You don't learn anything from them. Like they don't want to talk. Like up and coming rapper interviews are not what they used to be.
You know what?
Like not to cut you off. When you just interview Scrooly G.
Yeah.
If you would have interviewed him 5 years ago, that would have did 1 million views.
5 years ago, but I feel like he wasn't popping 5 years
ago. No. I'm saying like the space of like rap.
We also put those clips out before the full one, which is always kind of a sacrifice because then the full one doesn't have as many views.
That makes sense.
Yeah, getting his first interview was definitely
like up and coming interviews used to be the like now it's like people don't.
But you know what's the weird thing too is it used to feel like you interviewed somebody before they blew up, and then that interview would get mad views once they blew up. But now I don't feel that as strong anymore. They're gonna do mad interviews afterwards, and nobody cares that much.
It don't
unless they become like a generational.
Yeah,
talent,
but then you gotta understand now. You could do an interview before they blow up, but then they're going to do 1 million interviews in between.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like 1 million more platforms
it's just
now.
so much less rare, you know?
Yeah.
And there's a certain extent to which I think people want to see him talk to us. Like, even with Charleston, like, I remember when I was going back and forth with his team, they were trying to get me to pay him an outrageous amount of money for an interview. And, I mean, I basically just shut it down. But I went through YouTube and I screenshotted all of the interviews that he had done over the past, like, month or two. And it really stood out that he was doing whatever he was doing with different outlets, but then when he would do your they would do like 1 million or like a little less than 1 million. Like you really had him like people would way rather see him talk to you than some random person.
Exactly.
So like that relationship is a big deal.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have any? You feel like you created any players in the last 2 years, a year or two?
Created
the Crip Mac. I give you that 1,000.
That was like my Charleston White. I feel like I just found him off of making little crappy Instagram promos for brands and shit. Yeah. But 4 Extras has been a big one for sure. Brick Baby was huge until he got locked up.
Yeah.
I feel like even the Jen Lee situation was kind of like a thing where I posted them and then we posted them on
Jen
the
Lee was
shit.
big,
Took off.
But now it's less likely that you'll be the one who's like fully shepherding them into the game because even somebody like King Pill, I got to be like, okay, Cam Capone did have him first, and then I feel like we kind of blew him up more from there. You know?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, the interview space is weird.
Who's another character or who's some more people that you feel like you help blow up or take to the next level?
That you don't get credit for, especially.
I know about the Rod Wave situation as far as artists and even interviews.
I discovered Rod 49 too.
Rod 49.
Yeah, I discovered him in New Orleans.
That's a good one.
Have y'all did an interview with him yet?
Yeah.
He been on No Jumper before?
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Yeah, I discovered Rob Quando Rondo.
I remember early on you did something.
And when we posted him beating on his on the car, fresh out of jail, like Raquel Cyrus.
Spot him, got him. Shit, you had signed Spot him, got him, and then that's when all the I think 1090 J made the video.
Yeah, why he walking around like why he acting like we beefing us?
Yeah, all right. So which is because I did hear.
I had no beef with
I did hear him say that you don't really like him because he exposed Spot him, got him.
If anything, I respect his grind. Why? No, you did. I was hurt. Like I was mad. Like he got the #1 song in the world. Like, I was mad at that, but I don't care about that. Like, bro, that's
you ain't take it personal.
I'm in the media business. I understand that. Like,
but that puts your two roles are at odds there because as his manager or person who's like protecting him and trying to shepherd him into the game, you don't even want anybody talking about it. But then as a news platform, it's kind of on you. Like you almost have to.
I was like damn, but I wasn't like DMing him like. Nah, like we like we good, bro. Like,
so y'all did have a conversation?
We didn't have a conversation.
So it really was no.
So that's why I'm like, what do you like? Why you keep going? He went the bootleg cat.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, why you keep saying this shit? Like, bro, I have nothing against you, bro.
He's just doing his job, really. I mean, especially him. Like he exposes. Snitches.
I have.
Like,
I respect the grind, bro. I'm not one of them people who are boxed in. Like, bro, I understand it. Like,
you just gotta have him up. Maybe I just ain't had the conversation.
Yeah, we definitely should have a conversation. Charleston's the one who hate him.
Charleston hate all the white boys. Man. I try to get. I
try to get showering him in money. He's able to enjoy the presence of a Jew just because the Jew is throwing buckets of money at him.
Yeah,
and even Aiden had to work pretty hard to build that relationship. You know, like remember they weren't fucking each other for a while.
Yeah. Charleston went in on me. Justice with anybody. Like Charleston gonna go in on everybody. And then you just gotta just let it boil down. But with the 1090J, I have nothing against dude, bro. Like, I have nothing against dude, but yeah. And me and Rod Wave, I just want to say this too. Like, I don't have no beef with him. I just was mad at the label because I didn't get a finder's fee. Like I took Rod, like Zeke from he was at Alamo. Zeke was at Alamo.
Yeah, Zeke.
I went up there during Christmas break. I'm like, yo, it's this big kid, it's this fat kid in St. Petersburg. He's it. He got this song called Heartbreak Hotel. He's the guy. One of the A&Rs was in there writing it down on the table, and they was writing his name on the table. And then Rod Wave had hit me like a week later in January after Christmas break when the offices opened back up. He was like, "Thank you." I'm like, damn. I'm like, okay, like that. Like, but I didn't know. So I was really mad at Zeke because I'm like, damn, like, if he would have gave me 2 points on that album or that signing, I would be up 10, 20 million right now. And then it's like, the only reason why I was upset with Rod Wave is because, like, bro, I have a brand. I have a company.
Yeah.
Like, bro, if you could just, like, give me an interview or, like, this is at a time where I'm making money, but I'm trying to, like, find my way. Like, bro, if you can give me a shout out, other artists will see that and it will help me grow my company.
That go a long way.
Not more of, I didn't give a fuck about me, like, and shout out to Quaisha. Quaisha found him. Let me say that. Quaisha, that's my...
She work on your team.
She found him.
Yeah.
She found Spot and got him too. Yeah. Let me give her credit because she's in Florida.
Yeah.
Like the Florida man shit, the Florida man saying, that came from Say Cheese.
Really?
Yeah, because back when...
Well, that's an insane lore, because that's like normal people say that.
Yo, I'm telling you, because back when we had came up, me and Quaisha had a meeting, and we really changed the whole scape of, remember when media platforms used to only post rap shit? They used to only post rap releases and shit.
Yeah.
Me and her was like, yo, let's start posting that is happening in the real world.
Yeah.
She's in Florida. She lives in Florida. So she would make stories go viral in Florida. A man got bit from an alligator. Florida man finds cocaine and turns it in. Florida man. And then other people would steal her stories that we made go viral. And that's when Florida man went viral. All that comes from Quaisha, a black girl from Orlando that she doesn't say anything. Really? So I just had to put that out there.
Wow. Yeah, because I mean, we don't like talk a lot about the different stuff that we do with our Instagram pages, but that did always kind of stand out to me of like, oh, Say Cheese like reports on a lot of like random stories.
Yeah.
That I have no idea how you even get turned on to it.
Before that, it was like even us, like we were stuck on music releases, straight music shit, but we were like, you know what? We need to make this different. We need to report on new laws that are coming out. We need to report on fucking the war. We need to report on this 26-year-old teacher sucking a kid's dick.
Why is that the biggest thing now?
I don't know.
Every story is some teacher, especially the hot teachers, banging their students. That is everywhere.
They be cold too.
It's
Them
crazy.
teachers be cold.
Yeah, sometimes, and you're like, why are you with a 15-year-old boy?
Yeah,
Like,
like
what is
you
that?
could, yeah.
Where did that come from?
But I just want to give Kraysha her credit while we on a big platform. Like she found Rod Wave, she found Spot 'em, Got 'em. Like she found a lot of these Hot Boy, Glock 9. She found like she signed like she did that.
So okay, signing or getting Rod Wave signed didn't work out. Did that ignite a fury inside you, a fire where you were like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna make sure that next time I find an artist I really believe in, I'm gonna be able to actually sign them myself or really be able to participate.
Yeah. Like it's it lit a fire, and like I have a lot of artists that are under me now that I don't, because you want to, you got to be strategic with them. You don't want to, it's a lot of artists that I'm working with right now that I won't put out there, but
because if you say, this is Say Cheese's new artist,
then
all of a sudden the expectations are out of hand.
Yep.
You're directly
Yep.
involved. Anything people don't like about you, they're immediately putting on this guy.
Mhm.
That's why when people are like, why don't you sign something in No Jumper? You can have him on the podcast all the time, et cetera. I'm like, listen, like maybe one time, but if I have them on the show every week and they're not a podcaster, it's not going to be a good look.
Yep. You just got to just sprinkle it around, but it's a lot of different things that at my hands are touching that I'm just like, like, let's grind it out. Like you got to do your part, and I'm gonna do my part. But we gonna
partnered up with Hitmaker.
Yeah.
How did y'all relationship build?
Oh, shout out to Tony, man. Tony's that guy. Tony from Hitmaker's that guy. And he believes in me, and 100%. Huge deal. But we did the deal, and we,
I see you got the warehouse. I see the plaques and shit. So I'm like, you cooking up.
Yeah, we cooking. We just got to just find one.
Yeah, because you have like a lot of different things going on at once that I feel like it might be kind of tricky to figure out what to put your time into because
I'm selling everything. Let me say this on No Jumper. The weed farm in Oklahoma, selling it.
Oh, you done with it? The 40 acres?
I'm selling that. All my real estate, selling it. I'm selling everything. I'm putting everything into Bitcoin.
Why? Just to simplify life?
Huh? Simplify life, less headaches. Bitcoin's going to 10 million. You're white, bro. You are you into crypto?
I got some.
You a whole coiner?
Yeah.
My guy. My guy. Hey,
I mean, a coin is like 20K, right?
A coin right now is 100K.
For a Bitcoin?
A Bitcoin right now, look it up.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah. Man, you better come on, Adam. You too rich to not have at least 10 coins, bro.
I have.
How many kids you got?
One.
Get it? Okay.
You too, right?
I got 2 kids.
2 kids now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But your kid needs to have a coin for herself. Because by the time she's 18, that shit's going to be like worth 13 million.
Oh.
So I'm selling everything I have and I'm putting it in a Bitcoin.
She does have a piggy bank.
Man, put all that in the Bitcoin.
Okay.
And I know you got money. I know you do the pipe.
This
talk.
is me letting the Coinbase app update because I haven't opened it in so long.
So what made you, you know what I'm saying, get out? Because one day I seen your story and you had like a cul-de-sac with like 8 houses or
I'm
Fort Worth. Damn, what the hell going on?
Fort Worth. I have like a whole neighborhood. I had bought all land, like 10 minutes from downtown. I bought that for like $150. That shit worth like $400 now. So that was a quick flip. But I'm about to sell that, and I'm about to sell it for like $400,000, and then I'm gonna buy 4 Bitcoin. Like I'm trying to get up to like 20, 30 Bitcoin. Because it's gonna get to $1 million. It's at 100,000 now.
But you could sit in your office for hours and hours and hours and listen to new talent and try to just figure out like who you believe in, or you could schedule interviews and do those, or you could. I mean, the real estate stuff you're saying that's on the way out.
Yeah, that's just. Yeah.
But how do you decide like what you want to actually do with your time? I feel like that's like a tricky decision.
Interviews for sure.
Okay.
And then I mean, you don't have to. I don't have to be super hands on with the artists that I work with. Like they have managers. They have. Shout out to my guy Third. He really helps me. He helps me with the communication part. So I don't have to. I'm not 24/7 talking to everybody. They know what they got to do. Yo, TikTok snippets, studio. Do it over and over again till you catch one, and then let me seed it. But I'm not super 24/7 talking to them every single day. No.
So you don't think there's a lot of value in you going and spending a couple hours in the studio with an artist that
yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's worth it. Yeah. All right.
But I'm not I'm not every day.
Yeah.
Super hands on.
Or like, hey, change this word.
Yeah, shit like that.
Like this beat, like take that one sound out.
Yeah.
I respect people who can do that, but that's not my skill set.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Like when I am in the studio with artists, like I'm super, opinionated.
Okay.
But if you're asking my daily schedule,
Mm.
nah, like I'm like content king. I'm trying to figure out news for IG, news for Twitter, news for our AV, who we interviewing. Hey, what's the goal for this month? Like we always get together at the end of the month. How much we making next month? Let's do that. We need to get him. Bet. We need to get him. Bet. Okay, he's charging 5,000. Like I'm always trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I feel like I can't run the news page at this point because it's like I just have so many other things going on, and when I see something on Twitter and I'm like, oh, that'd be a great post, like I have to have it so I can just send that to the team and have somebody whip it up, because like I used to be in Canva making the image or whatever, and it would make it so that if I sat down over breakfast to eat my eggs and I'm looking at Twitter, I'll find a post. All of a sudden, I'm making the post. It takes me 5-10 minutes to make the post. I post the post. Now I'm back on Twitter, and I realize like I only spent 5 minutes out of the half hour I was sitting here eating breakfast actually looking at the news, and I spent all this time posting shit.
Exactly. Yeah, I post from time to time, but I do have a team of people who, like, they like Quacia's another. She posts too. But I got a team of people that check emails and like that. Like I said, we're about 5 or 6 strong. But I still do like curating content.
But having dipped your toes into the real estate and the weed farm, all that, you're just like, you know what, my time is better being focused on these things that I'm super specialized in.
Yeah, like I just want to do what I want to do what makes me happy.
That too, yeah.
I don't like, and I feel like when you do what makes you happy, the money's gonna come.
Yeah.
Like, and me doing real estate was fun. It was cool. I learned a lot of things, but you have to rely on people in that space. In this content space, I know if I go hard, the harder I go, the more money I'm gonna make. And I hate relying on people. I hate it. Like, bruh, I hate relying on people. So that's what really spun me away outside of the real estate. And like I said before, Bitcoin is going to $1 million. Anybody who's watching this interview, I've done 1,000 every day. I'm watching Bitcoin podcasts. I'm on it, bro.
Word.
Bitcoin's going to 10 million. So I advise everybody to at least get to 0.1 Bitcoin. At least own 1 million Satoshis. At least own 1 million Satoshis. You know how many Satoshis?
What is a Satoshi? I know that's the founder or whatever, but
100 million Satoshis are in one Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to buy a full Bitcoin. You could buy a 0.1. You could buy half a Bitcoin. At least own 1 million Satoshis.
We're not going to see a cotton coin?
Nah.
That era's over?
Nah, that shit's over. That shit's over.
Sure.
But for sure, man.
Okay, so
all right.
Yeah, where you want to take
don't
this?
smoke, you don't drink, so I know you gamble. Is that your vice?
I'm done gambling.
You done gambling?
I'm done gambling.
What's the most amount of money you lost gambling?
I've lost 70,000, but I've won like up to, in 1 week I've won up to like 220.
Yeah, because you
like I'm betting 5 or 10 a game.
I be seeing you gamble a lot.
I'm done though. I'm done.
What made
on sports primarily?
Yeah, per game.
Just gamble on sports though. You don't do any other kind of gambling?
No.
Yeah, like he's big into sports. Like
I'm 5-10,000 per game. I'm done with that though. Just because it takes up my time. Like, and when I quit betting, I ended it. I ended 4-0. So I wanted to end off top.
Yeah.
That was last Sunday. I went
So you finished betting? You finished gambling last Sunday?
Last Sunday.
Nigga, you'll be back.
It is Sunday right now, so if you were going to do it, today would be the day, I guess, right?
Let me see. Yeah, last Sunday I quit betting, and I won 20 grand. My bad. I won 20 grand. I'm about to show you. I won 20 grand betting last Sunday, and I just was like, you know what?
You ain't playing.
I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it on a high note.
Wow.
So seafood and gambling, that was my vices. I still eat a lot of seafood, but yeah, I'm done gambling.
So what you do in your spare time for fun? I know you.
It was gambling. That's in my spare time. I was really dry. Like it was to a point to where I would stop looking for content, and I would stop, like, the interviews would, like, when you notice the interview drops, when my interview production would drop, it was because gambling.
Damn.
See, that's not good.
Like waking up in the morning, looking at the plays for the day, you know, baseball, the games start at daytime.
Yup.
So it's like I could wake up and win money at 12 noon.
But okay, that's weirdly consistent because anyone who knows me knows that when I'm not doing hip hop content, I'm probably either watching poker content or playing poker. Academics, I don't even know exactly what he's into, like blackjack and shit.
Blackjack
but
on
like,
state.
remember his old girl was saying that he's lost like crazy amounts of money on
He be on the
shit,
blackjack.
whatever. Vlad does not gamble at all.
He's a
because
Jew.
He's too neurotic. He doesn't have the personality for it. He needs everything to be in his control. Yeah, but that is interesting that like a lot of us kind of end up putting our time into that.
Yeah, so I mean, so poker, that's like how much you gamble, how much like.
I mean, you know, if on a Sunday, like my favorite way to play poker is like on a Sunday, 8 or 9 a.m. I get on and I'm playing a bunch of tournaments between like $1,000 and like $100. But in total, if I have a bad day playing poker, I might lose 10 grand. If I have like the best day, you might win 20, 30, unless you really hit a crazy, like I was in a tournament one time where it was $2,600 to enter. I got 100th place for like 30K, but first place, 2 million. So I'm still I just need that kind of lick.
What's the big the highest you ever got, like in placements?
I mean, like I've won tournaments where I won like 30K, 35K, so like that, where it was like a $300 tournament. You win 3.
So what's the thrill of you trying to be number one?
The thrill is just like trying to get better at the game because the dudes who are like really great at it are like gods. Like they just study this game so hard, they understand it so good. I'm obviously not at that level, but like there's so much to learn from it. And I feel like poker, because I got into it when I was like 20, it f***ed up all the other gambling for me because it's like a type of gambling where you have some control but not all the control. So to me, gambling on a sports event when I don't know anything about sports is just kind of, I just don't really care. It just doesn't do it for me.
So you know, gambling like it, and that's why I wanted to show y'all like I ended on a high note, because when people stop gambling, it's because they went broke.
Yeah, lost too
like
much.
me, I ended on a high note. Like, and that's why people keep going, because they end on a low note, and you keep chasing your losses.
Yeah.
So that's really why, you know, I just was like, you know what, like I'm done. I got to get back to what I love, like I was telling you earlier, and I feel free. It feel like I was released from prison, bro, because you get up and you're looking at stats, you're looking at trends, you're looking at numbers and who's playing, who's pitching. I just had to just leave it alone.
Yeah, like some of the poker dudes that I like pay attention to, I try to take their like focus when it comes to poker and like just like turn that towards interviewing. Like anything that takes me away from interviews and content, I try to like push out of my life. Like I try to keep my life just family and then content. And then everything else is just kind of like, you know, a little bit of a distraction, but I try not to let it come into the forefront. All right, can we talk about the Mo3 era? Like how deep did your relationship actually get with him, and what was that time period like?
Man, we were tight, man. Mo3 was like the last rapper I seen blow up from like CDs. Like really? He really was selling CDs. He was really like, when he said he was sleeping in his car, he was really doing like that. Like he was really dirt broke. Like he was really the underdog out here. Like people, because he didn't have a lot of money. He wasn't flashy. He just super talented. You know, and a lot of people counted him out in the beginning. You know, a lot of people, I want to say the city of Dallas was really like super Yellow Beezy, super Trap Boy Freddy. So Mo3 was always the underdog, and he always had that chip on his shoulder. But we were really tight. Like the week before he died, he had did the last time I seen him was in Houston. The place they say I never like. I'm scared to go. Like
I'm gonna start something with that
Houston,
one right there,
bro. Nah, I love Houston though, bro. Like why? I love Houston. But nah, anyways. But nah, I'm in Houston, and I see Mo3 at this TD Jewelers, and he's super mad. Like he just did a song with Kevin Gates. It has like 12 million views at the time in like a week span. Like it's going up, it's going crazy. But he was just like super upset because he wanted to be huge. He wanted to blow up, and that was like the last time I talked to him, and that was the last time I seen him. And then the last time I talked to him was on the phone. He said that Ghazi from Empire was about to move him to San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
Get him a house on the hills. And but he said he felt like he compared the last time talking to him, he said that he felt like Dolph. He said, I feel like the 100 shots Dolph situation.
Really? Wow.
He said that.
See, what's crazy about that is that when I interviewed Mo3, I mentioned to him that I had Dolph and Key-Glock coming right afterwards, and he was like, yo, like, do you mind if I kick it for a little bit so I can just say what up to him? Because he had never met Dolph. So, like, I got to see them meet, and Mo3 telling him what a fan he was and everything. And I don't know if Dolph actually knew about Mo3 yet, but they had that moment, and that was really cool. And then you fast forward, like, a year or two, and they're both gone.
Both gone.
Terrible.
Crazy. Like, I was in Miami at the time. I'll never forget. Like, when Mo3 passed, I was in Miami. And I just seen like the highway situation. And the night before, like, I don't know, that shit was crazy. Like, and you just see, I don't know, like, bro, like, what? Like, he wasn't even supposed to be here. Like, he was supposed to be, he came back to shoot a movie, a little movie they were supposed to shoot. But, yeah, nah, Mo3 was my guy. Like, when I say he was a student of the game, like, me and him will bump heads because of Rainwater. Rainwater's super annoying. Super annoying, bro.
Yeah, I feel that.
No, like, I fuck with Rainwater. Like,
Yeah.
But he's what you want in the manager.
Yeah.
Like,
Persistent.
He's aggressive
Bro,
and annoying when you don't want to be.
super annoying, bro. Like, Mo3 would drop a video at 2, at 3 o'clock. Hey, Shawn, why you ain't supposed, you know, he talk fast. Why you ain't supposed to, bro, shut the up, nigga. The shit just came out. Let me wipe my ass. Let me wake up.
Yeah.
But that, I don't think Mo3 would have been where he was at without Rain. Rain, super annoying guy, but he's just, he's effective. He's super, he's in your face. He's rah-rah. A lot of rappers are too cool for school. If you're too cool for school, if you want that mystique, you're gonna have to have a spokesman for you.
Yeah.
You can't have, your manager can't be Mystique and you be Mystique. That's just not how it works, bro.
Yeah, you can only be Playboy Cardi if you got some people that are down to
You gotta have somebody
get you through the door. Yeah.
You have to have a rah.
Because when Rolling Loud comes calling, Cardi can't just be in vampire mode. There's got to be somebody to take the call. You know?
Exactly. So that's Mo3. He needed Rain, but you know, me and Mo3, we had our ups and downs because of Rain. It was times I wouldn't post Mo3 because I was mad at Rain.
Really?
Man, fuck Rain. I'm not posting your shit. Fuck Rain. I want Rain to be mad.
Right.
It was times me and Rain was supposed to meet up. Where you? I'm at the barbershop. And like me and him, like he really like. So that's why it's like when people talk about Rain, when Mo3 died, it was like, nah. I seen the Rainwater that would do anything for Mo3, and I seen that. Like, I was there. I was in that mix.
I feel like everybody comes into this content space pure. You just love the music and everything. And then you fast forward however many years, like both of us been in the game for over 10 years or whatever. And at a certain point, you just get, you know, you just see so much loss and so many of these people that you become close to. Like, I think this is pretty universal for anybody who does interviews in hip hop, that there's just going to be a lot of people you get close to and you got to see them go. Like, how did that one in particular impact you?
Shit up. This shit crazy now. Like, and not even like, I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but we're about to put together this mural of like rappers who died over the last 10 years. It's so many rappers.
Crazy. Yeah.
That's why the rap game's so ass.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them, yeah. Like, if
Even
you were to bring them back.
Street and hipster.
Yeah.
Lil Peeps, the X's, the Juice WRLDs, I can name Speaker Knockers, it's so many rappers who died.
Because a lot of times those fan bases don't just like move on to other artists that are similar. They like just stop listening to that part of music. Like, I never saw a good X replacement. I never seen somebody who was kind of like Juice WRLD. Like, that their fan base just dissipates, you know?
Like, and that's just rappers who died, and then rappers who went the Pooh Shiesty, Foolio, bro, like so many, bro. This shit really and it's not really stars no more. There's not really who's the new star.
Yeah,
like who's really like the new like rap star. Like it's not really you tell who
Cardi,
but he's not new.
Yeah.
He put in his 10. He
Yeah,
put in his
yeah, yeah.
10,000.
He's in his early 30s. So if you think about it, like, who are the artists that are in their 20s or
young boys,
right,
a superstar?
there you go.
But
That's true.
outside of that, who's the new? There's not really no new stars.
It's pretty limited. It's almost like you have a whole generation that just hasn't really picked up the slack.
There's not really no new stars, bro. Like,
I first had that experience in 2019 at Rolling Loud in LA, where I just sort of looked around, and I'm fucking with a lot of people. I know people and stuff, but I'm like, oh, all the artists that helped me get here are no longer here.
facts.
You know, I would be in X's trailer right now, or Juice WRLD's trailer, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I guess Juice WRLD was still around that time, but like, I mean, that's crazy. Like, coming in the game, because it's like you're never gonna like get relationships that feel as real as the people that you knew when you weren't shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. Yeah, the game is twisted, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know if like TikTok plays a part. I don't know what it is. I mean, and a lot of it is the storyline too. Like, storyline plays a huge part in artist success.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seeing that artist broke. Like, when Young Boy, we seen the steps. We seen every single way. Like, with Young Boy, like, you just gotta have the storyline too.
It's tough to pull the wool over the fans' eyes at this point. The
Exactly.
storyline got to make sense.
The storyline has to add up. We gotta see you go through. We gotta see you battle tested.
Mhm.
Like Young Boy when he was battle tested against all the Baton Rouge shit. Then Young Boy moved to Houston. Jay Prince tried to. Then he went against Jay, like he's battle tested.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we like Young Boy.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't come out of nowhere. Is he the superstar?
Yeah.
Sales wise, yeah, but personality wise, I don't know.
Personality-
Have y'all
no.
interviewed him?
No.
No.
See what I'm saying? Like, it's like the interview game is weird. It's like
Everything's oversaturated. You got new artists and you
It's
got
the-
all these
yeah,
platforms. They got so many opportunities to go to.
yeah, that too. But it's like I don't know. It's like if you're too big, you do. It's like Ice Spice. Y'all do an Ice Spice interview?
We actually had our boy Dave, Black Dave from New York, do a vlog with her right before she popped off, which is another good example though, because that vlog didn't exactly do crazy numbers, even though it was like a snapshot of Ice Spice right before her career absolutely exploded. I actually thought he was just trying to, because I listened to the music and I was like, I don't really get this. Like, this seems like Dave trying to get some pussy, so he did a vlog with this girl. 6 months later, she's fucking gigantic.
But it's like once artists get to a certain level, it's like they just stop doing interviews.
Yeah.
And then it's like if they're big, they only go to a place that is sponsored, like a Shay Shay, $1 million worth of game. It's like the independent boutique blogs, interviews, whatever platforms. Is like it's like a weird space for us. So
because if you with so many street artists and smaller artists, that changes the image and makes the bigger artists not necessarily want to go on that platform.
Exactly.
But then, like, you can't just sit around and wait for that.
Wait for them either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, the interview space is crazy, bro. Like, I remember at a point in time, you could interview like Trill Sammy blowing up did 1 million views. A Famous Dex was at that time huge. Like, Rich the Kid huge at that time. It's like up and coming artists now is like people just don't care.
Yeah, there's just way less up and coming artists too, because like those streams I used to do all the time where people would donate for us to listen to their music, we still do it. But I mean, it used to be nonstop flood of new artists that were down to pay money for us to listen to their music. And
Damn, what's the most you made in one?
20K. Wow. On a stream, yeah, and like. Past that though, like it just feels like, oh, there's just not as much interest in hip hop. There's not as many people who are really trying to be in this world.
I think before we move on, I think it used to be a Chitlin Circuit. You used to have to go to LA. You used to have to walk down Melrose.
Yeah.
You used to have to open up for the Maxo Creams and the Lil Pumps. Now it's 0 to 100. Like back then, as an up and coming artist, you had to be outside.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you don't have to be outside. I'm gonna do a TikTok. I'm gonna shake my ass on TikTok. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna get seated on blogs and shit like that. But back then it was a Chitlin Circuit. You had to be on the scene back then.
Yeah.
You had to get a no jumper. You had to get a say.
You had to go to these warehouse parties in LA that everybody was going to. And now, like, we did the store. The store was closed for 3-4 years, and then we reopened. And I mean, it was like another world. Like, it just was not the same. Like 2017 on Melrose, every single day, nonstop, people coming into the
Exactly.
space, being outside. Dudes will pull up, some random fat white kid would be outside with an amp and a microphone rapping on the corner.
You bet. I'm telling you, 2000, like before COVID, you had to
Yeah.
be outside.
Yeah.
South by Southwest was different. Like South by Southwest, our goal was 50 interviews a weekend. Like you had,
wow.
like even me, like I had to be outside, feet on land. Like you had to be outside. I remember one time I was at Finger Licking in Miami, and I had Chief Keef had pulled up with Tato and them. I thought they was gonna jump me.
Really?
Yeah, I thought they was on my ass, but Chief Keef was like, "Say Cheese, get out of here, get out of here." And that was right after I interviewed his mom, so I'm like,
Oh,
and you know, like you don't know how feel. You interview their mom. So that was funny, but to my point, you had to be out. You had to take risks. You had to. Nowadays, it's like, it's not like that.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a different game.
how do you feel about like major mainstream platforms not really like acknowledging like the independent media spaces? Like, you know, you ain't never seen yourself on like BET.
I mean, that's just you got to play the game, right? That's expected. It's like let me put this into let me make this analogy. That's like shit. If you an independent rapper, you're not gonna get playlisting on Spotify. You're not gonna get a Billboard. You know, you have to play the game. You have to be in these certain, and I don't feel no type of way about it.
Have you ever tried to play the game with them?
No, I really haven't. I like doing, like I say, I like setting my own quotas every month.
Yeah.
I like being free. It's been times when people tried to buy me out. Millions tried to buy me for Say Cheese, but I'm like, I'm cool because, like I said, this is a hobby for me. It keeps me out of trouble. It's a passion. It's something I love to do. I love curating content. So I never tried to play the game.
Right, because even with Complex, when they did that top media list or whatever, I felt like there was a bunch I would like to change about it, but you being left off it,
I told you why. Because
mind blowing.
No. I understand because the personal brand of Shawn Cotton, I'm not really opinionated like I can be,
right?
Like I should be, will be. Yeah. But I feel like if Shawn Cotton, the personality was bigger, it would. Come on,
because like at a certain point, people, even old heads like Vlad or Elliot Wilson, figured out that if they take to Twitter with a controversial opinion, that's going to make everybody talk about them for a day or two, which is. There's definitely value in that, keeping your name in the conversation, but at the same time, I wonder how much value there really is in that, because if your opinion is dope and people just are like, wow, he just landed on something amazing that we weren't thinking about, then that's good. But I feel like somebody like Elliot kind of makes himself look like a goofy to people, and that's probably not great long term.
Yeah, I be seeing that shit. He kind of be looking butthurt and shit.
There's certain things that you just shouldn't do at 55 that you could easily do at 25.
Yeah.
And shout out to Elliot, but like crying that you didn't get the Drake interview again after he gave you one is crazy. Like nigga, Ack ain't even get one yet.
like what?
Yeah.
What's your relationship like with the academics? Because I ain't think I
Me
seen
and academics, like at the beginning, it was funny. Like we used to like we didn't like each other in the beginning
because it felt like competition.
Yeah, like we just competitive. Like nigga, you're a young black dude in the spot. I'm a young black dude in the spot. But then after a while, when it's kind of like we all found like our certain like niches, he found like the streaming way, and then I went like this way, and then it was kind of like, oh okay, like damn, we could both coexist without beefing. So we got on the phone a few times. And we were supposed to do like a nightly show, like skip like Shay and Ocho.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were supposed to do that, but you know, academics, he drink a lot, so.
You think that was the thing getting in the way of it? Yeah, because academics late at night is a little different than earlier in the day.
Yeah, and this is like I wake up super early, and I feel like I just feel like our schedules be different. Like,
and being on
I wake up
coasts,
at like 5 a.m. I think that's when he goes to sleep sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. That's true.
So it's like. I don't know. Like, he mentioned it on Twitter like a month ago, but I just feel like we just got to just get to it.
I mean, with somebody like Ack, I mean, he like is on stream for so long that it's got to be a weird feeling to get off stream to do a 2-hour podcast that realistically is not that different from what he could just keep doing on stream. And he just seems, he's more comfortable in his crib just sitting there doing the stream than like when he has to go get dressed and do a podcast in his studio. It feels like that's not as fluent for him. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
academics, he killing it, man. I mean, no, we definitely in good terms. It was just at the beginning, like he would like share, I don't know, it was petty young, bro, we ain't really.
Where was the shade that you felt like?
Because it's like he would credit everybody else's story that he took, but when he took our story, he wouldn't shade us. I mean, he wouldn't shade us. He wouldn't tag. Yeah, I'm like, damn, bro, like what? Like, what's really like? What's to you? Like, bro, I'm just like you, trying to get it. Like, we both making money. Like,
yeah.
But I think like overall, like after a while, like I had to earn his respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, he started seeing me get to it, and you know. He just start showing love, but
I feel like anybody who's gonna make it in the media space at some point, academics is gonna try to put you through the academics gauntlet.
Yeah,
like let's see if you really built for this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I tried for like 2 years straight to get all of us together.
Yeah.
The Vlad, Say Cheese, academics. We was trying to do the whole No Jumper. All of us come together and do the award show. I guess you wasn't rocking with it.
Nah, I just didn't feel like would it be virtual? Would it be like in person? And then I'm like, if we do it in person, will rappers come out? Okay, rappers come out. Would it be beef? I was just like trying to visualize it in my head for real.
I think the version of it that we kind of landed on that would be the simplest to pull off would basically just be like a series of podcasts with like the main hosts or whatever, and that we wouldn't do anything in real life, maybe build up to that over time, but just do like podcasts where we just discuss the categories that we wanted to do the top things for. So hey, I'm still down to give it another go.
No, that's dope. I was thinking on some like we about to rent out a theater and
and my thing too was I think that it's like if we did 8 hours of content, we would have to split it up and be like, here, everybody gets 2 hours, and then that basically forces anyone who's interested in this to go to each other's channels and shit.
Yeah. I think that would be dope.
Yeah.
So something we could still probably do in the
Hell
future.
yeah, niggas.
All right, then.
Because that's one of the main initiatives that he really tried to push.
I've been on it for the last 2 years. I'm like, this nigga Shawn don't be answering.
Nah, he has been like every year at the end of the year.
I always hit y'all in the group chat.
Yeah, but I was just like, damn, like, and then but yeah, I think it's something that we would do like at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Let's do it at the end of this year because Vlad still with it, Axe still with it. So
I'm down. Yeah.
All right, I got some questions. So, top 5 hip hop media personalities of all time.
All time?
Yeah.
Damn. What's the dude name that had the grill? He used to be in the street interviewing people.
With the grill?
Yeah, he used to be. Damn. You know who I'm talking about?
From where?
It used to be called On the Street.
On the street?
Hold on, let me see.
Doesn't sound familiar. I mean, when you say right now or all time, the only question is like who was really great that's not doing it anymore, I guess.
Damn,
I would say most of the top hip hop media personalities are still at it, unless you want to go back into history and you have to consider. I mean, like, I used to watch Sway on MTV.
Sway.
I got all the respect for Sway, but it's hard for me to compare a Sway to academics in this current world that we're in.
Tigger.
I'm interested to see who he was looking at, who you molded yourself after.
Big Tigger, Vlad. Gotta give Vlad his credit. That's who I was watching. I'm at Best Buy Distribution Center wiping fucking refrigerators, watching Vlad.
That's the architect.
Yeah, I gotta give it to Vlad. AJ and Free. It's just a lot of different. It just would depend on what you like. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like 106 in Park. Like it just really depends on what you like for real. But the top 5 is I had to really like sit down
and think about it.
Because you're going like impact and influence, I think, with some of those choices. Like when I think of it almost more like the UFC heavyweight division. Like who regardless of like where they're at right now, who could really get in that ring and hold it together in a podcast format and do the best job putting their arguments and their opinions forward. To me, a lot of the older dudes, like I just haven't seen them in that environment. So it's kind of hard for me to even think of them in that category. I don't know.
Who's an interview that you missed out on that you wish that you...
Kodack Black.
Ooh.
I was in LA and he was shooting a Plug song with Rich the Kid.
Classic. Ooh.
And I slept on Kodack. Like I always felt like I had enough time to get it.
Yeah.
And his manager, I think Fat Boy at the time, I was just playing around. I was like, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, and then it just never happened. Then he went to jail and got out. I was supposed to do another one, But I think Kodack was one that I really, really wanted early. Like Kodack, he's one of my favorites early. I mean, he ain't the same Kodak, but
I still feel like his music is good. It's just like personality wise, it's like I think we're all a little bit worried about him.
Yeah, it's like if I could just talk to Kodak and like just tell him like it's ways for like I don't know, man. Like Kodak, early Kodak was ahead of his time, bro. Like Kodak for sure. I never really had a chance. Once I interviewed G Money, I knew I would never get a Young Boy interview. Who else? Bobby Shmurda early. That would have been big.
Yeah.
We had drove all the way to New York, and something had happened. We didn't get that one either. But
do you ever miss that though? That experience of just like being so focused on the content, you'll just get in the whip and just drive somewhere just to make it happen.
Yeah, but now it's so internet that's like we haven't really had no overnight sensations where you could just like I can't tell you an artist that like we haven't really had an artist like that in years, bro.
Right? They get swooped up.
They just had,
even like, all right, 6ix9ine, like him doing No Jumper was the biggest thing in the world to him. He begged me for like 6 months, and like I got it right before he really started popping off. But when I think about that now, there's so many platforms in New York that he would have gone and done, like if that was happening now.
See what I'm saying?
You know, but at that time, there wasn't really any like lit underground podcasts on the East Coast. Now there's a bunch for any kind of drill kid coming up or whatever. To be fair, 6ix9ine might have wanted the No Jumper look specifically because I think he was trying to kind of fit in that Lil Pump XXX Tentacion meta, you know?
There haven't really been any...
And that's before he went gangster, for the record.
But see, there haven't really been no overnight sensations in the last...
Yeah.
Who's been the last overnight? There's haven't really been no...
Yeah.
Not to the level of like a X and Juice WRLD. Nah.
I mean, you got the Pluto girl now.
She's going crazy, but it's not.
What really would that do though? Like number wise in the interview, that's not going to do 1 million.
Yeah.
Not trying to downplay her, but I'm just saying like in the space where we're in now, it's just whatever.
Yeah, it's not quite the level of enthusiasm there used to be.
So it's like now people want the drug dealer stories, they want the hitman stories, the gangster stories. People don't really want the interview no more. And I'm not saying this from just my channel. I'm looking at Vlad. Vlad has went more older artists, more OGs. You went more porn star gangster route. No, I'm keeping it real.
No, for real though. It's like a freak show. It's like a crazy world of all these different characters.
Your shit's like Jerry Springer now.
Yeah. Like, which is almost a shame because sometimes it takes the attention away from just interviews.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard not to pay attention to, he just dissed his hood on the podcast.
Like you did.
And that's all anybody's talking about this week.
You did an interview that was dope. Let me give you did the not live mixtapes, but the
Dat Piff. I got a lot of love for that, yeah.
They were like, that's vintage Adam there.
That was a good one.
But like that, like
it's hard to find those opportunities because there's so many people. That one worked just because Dat Piff was like a niche enough phenomenon that like we were the ones really pushing for. Although I guess a bunch of other people were asking him for it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, like that is dope. But as far as artists, like I can't really think of like no artist right now that just. I mean, of course, bigger artists like a ESTG or somebody that a V's. Have you done V's?
V's and ESTG. I might have done that first interviews, honestly, years ago. Yo, you want to know like an example though? I'll give you 2 different examples of like how you can do an interview and then just have it age well in this modern climate. Is that like Flacco did Aaron the Plumber, who's a snitch, but this was before we knew about that, and he got him like really before he popped off. That went on to do crazy numbers. And then Vlad got Roger Bonds, like who was like one of Diddy's security dudes, and it did whatever when it first came out, and that exploded, got like 3 million views once the Diddy cracked off. So it's like there's still stuff, but it's like think about how salacious the Diddy thing was. Like he hit it out of the park with that one, but it's like there's not a lot of times where that happens.
Yeah, so wait, Aaron the Plumber, y'all responsible for that too, right?
I wouldn't say responsible. I feel like the 20 versus 1s and the Pop the Balloon was what blew him up. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, but I feel like he kind of transitioned over to the interview.
Yeah, but I feel like we kind of took him down, man. Like we fucking just like smeared his ass once we found out that he told, and he just tried to put up a fight, but people figured out like, oh, you just a a dum-dum.
Is he a gangster or what?
He was, but then he got sprayed up and he decided to tell. I think that's when he dropped his flag.
Cause he wanted to come on Say Cheese like twice, but
Yeah.
like I say, people know Charleston, he gets money with me. So it's like they trying to
replicate that.
Well, they
but it's
asked for
like,
money right out the gate.
which is okay if you can bring in
Yeah.
what you bring in, but it's like damn, Charleston's getting 10. Let me get 5, and it's like, bro, like 5 is kind of like
Five's
a
pretty
lot.
elite.
For
You gotta be bringing in
like,
millions of views for me to want to give you 5K.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, you do so many interviews after a while. It's like, what more can you say, bro? You did like 5 no jumper interviews.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like Charleston really fucked up the YouTube
He did
market,
with
bro.
what?
He fucked up the YouTube market, bro. But Charleston's one of those ones that his interviews just don't slip on my channel. He's gonna do between 800K to 2 million every time. It just doesn't slip. And I feel like it's very few people like that. I think Orlando Brown is one.
But even him, he's got to keep it interesting, you know, and I don't think he's as focused. Like Charleston, he basically goes on your podcast and does like a comedy routine for like an hour or two at a time. Like I remember one time I watched him, he did one with you and he was telling the story about going to link with Aiden Ross and how Aiden Ross offended him and how he didn't do it or whatever. And it's like an hour and a half long podcast where Shawn Cotton doesn't say a goddamn word.
Yo, that was the
you
easy,
just get out the way,
money, nigga.
and he just like rants and rants and rants. It's super entertaining, but it's like, you know, he didn't. That's like the easiest fucking interview of your life. You just had to get out the way.
Yeah. But I think him and Boosie. I think Vlad. I mean, who else? I mean, is there anybody else who just easy money every time, worth the money you give them? You know you're gonna get it back. Like, it's not really too many of not to be charging 5,000.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah.
What's the most you pay somebody for an interview?
I was just about to ask you the same thing.
I do not want to reveal that number because there was one where we got kind of gouged, but then it also like it did so good that it worked. But then I still look at it like, I don't think I should have, because he went and did a million other podcasts right after that and kind of sucked some of the attention.
Did you break even?
Yeah, for sure.
I think Ryan Garcia.
Oh, word. That was not that long ago too, right?
Yeah, that shit.
It just didn't do what you wanted to do.
I don't know if he's blacklisted because he said all the shit he's been saying.
Really?
But that when I uploaded that, it just did not. It was like when you type in Ryan Garcia, it just did not pop up. So I don't know what it was, but I lost. That was the most I paid for an interview, bro.
Really? And then it just didn't even come close to making up for it?
I don't know. I don't know.
But that's also your fan base.
Yeah, it was over 10K.
Over 10K.
Because people love when I interview the boxing shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, like the Devin Haney's and shit like that. I've interviewed a lot of them.
Well, okay, yeah. So you have had success with that outside. I was gonna say like maybe your fans just aren't
Shakur
as-
Stevenson, hell yeah.
Okay.
Especially now, like, and I'm giving y'all game too. Like, I mean, because Canelo's about to fight Crawford.
Yeah.
So it's about to be hella boxing.
Ryan
content.
Garcia has an overexposure problem too. Like he's just everywhere, so that might have been part of it.
Yeah, he does.
Speaking of fights, I just seen Charleston White. He had his fight with the Island Boys, right?
That's tonight.
That's
coming
tonight, yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's
I think
tonight.
Them is flying out to that. You had your fight.
I did. I got knocked down twice.
What was that process like of training and getting ready for it?
Man, bro, I had to lose because Sauce will win and he's so smaller than me.
Yeah.
So in Arizona, you have to meet a weight. So I'm naturally like 200 pounds. I had to go down to 185 through 4 days.
Oh shit.
I'm weak as hell, like super weak. So then I was wearing army boots. Why the fuck was I doing that? It just wasn't good for me, man. It was a fun experience.
Yeah.
Like I could write it off with my what they say bucket list. Yeah. But I'll never do it again. Probably never. I'll probably never do that shit again. It was just too much. You got to train but it was fun though. I learned a lot. Like,
but that wasn't a money-based thing. That was just like the attention or that was you like, let's do something shocking and outrageous. Like, let's make everybody talk about me for a little while.
I was really supposed to get 50 grand, but it didn't happen. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, they came after. I drove to San Diego. They said that a lot of people bought tickets streaming wise, but then somebody leaked the YouTube and it hurt.
Oh.
And then Charleston didn't fight.
Yeah.
Because he didn't get cleared.
Mm-hmm.
In Arizona, they're super strict, so that shit hurt ticket sales because he was the bag.
Wait, so like physically, he was just too fucked up?
Yeah, that's why. No, because he has one eye.
Oh, just because of that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then in Nashville, that's why they're fighting in Nashville tonight, because in Tennessee, that's the only state he can fight in the country, having one eye.
Bro, if that island boy can't beat his ass, what the fuck? He's a fully bodied young man. I mean, like, he has no excuse for not being able to win that.
Charleston, I've trained with him. Like, when we trained, he's real. I think Charleston's gonna win.
We're gonna find out old man strength versus young
Yeah.
incest baby strength.
But nah, Charleston.
That's a good one. I got Island Boys before they were the Island Boys.
That's a good one.
They were just Fly Soldier and Kodack Red.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It touch a mill.
Yeah. Just super good. Especially in the clips too. Them talking about being Bloods went super crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a rare opportunity
that's
right there. But they were. I interviewed them just based off me being open-minded enough to be like, you know, I'm gonna interview them even though they're just famous for arguing on Instagram Live.
Won't you bring Lil Pump back?
Yeah, we've been talking. I want to call him and like really propose going there and doing like a full documentary where we cover like the last 5-6 years of his life and everything. Yeah,
that would be dope.
Because seeing him with Perp again makes me like, okay,
cool.
I want to like tell this story.
Yeah, that was cool seeing them do. They did like 2-3 videos together. That was cool.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, damn, you think Pump still got money?
He definitely still does all right. I'm not sure what it's like compared to the old days, but like he's still definitely living pretty good. Like he's driving foreign whips. He got nice clothes and shit. Like when I talk to him, he's not stressed. It's just like, you know, he has like a crazy like a gambling crypto type sponsor or whatever. And like I see him on his story just like going to fucking Dubai and doing shows out there, going to Japan, doing shit. So he's still got plenty of opportunities, even if it ain't like it was in 2017, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what else should we hit up here? You ever had a conversation with Charlamagne?
Nah, but shout out to Charlamagne. He showed a lot of love to us when platform lists drop. He would always be like, Say Cheese should be like, he would always show us love.
Okay.
But I've never had a conversation with him.
Okay, I was just wondering if he had helped you out at any point. I know he like reached out to Ack early on and stuff like that.
Nah, Charlamagne's a good dude.
Yeah. Have you had any mentors in this game? Like, who would you consider a mentor?
I would say like when I needed like some help, I would text or call Vlad. That's why I give Vlad. Nobody's perfect, but Vlad really, you can't call Vlad a culture vulture, bro. Like Vlad's been around, bro. Like Vlad, he would hit me up and give me contacts for certain interviews, and I would do vice versa for him. Vlad, he's been a real good mentor as far as the interview space for sure.
Yeah, he told me that real early on that was part of his whole vision. He figured that out early on. Is like, oh, all these radio DJs and shit are just hating on the new up and coming YouTubers. I'm just gonna embrace them, reach out to them, try to do content with them, give them game, put them on, and then like when you look at it, he's got a really good relationship with like almost all the up and coming content creators because he actually f***ed with them from early on. Yeah, nah, Vlad really me heavy, man, and we share a lot of contacts. If I need something, he'll give it, because in this space, what I what I make we can all eat together. Like it don't, just because I interview this person, it's not gonna hurt you if you interview him. So it's not really no competition for real. I don't look at it like that. But what's your thoughts on being black in this space and being held to a different standard than maybe somebody like me?
It's funny. I said this in the interview. Like, if me and you, you interviewed Young and Ace before, right?
Yeah.
Like, our interviews were like totally different. Like, it was somebody else that you interviewed that I interviewed, and it's like your conversation could go way different from me because you're white. Like, I know I keep saying that, but like, you can always play as if you don't know. Right. Like, you can always play clueless. I can't play clueless because I know I'm from the culture. Right. Like, I'm not in the streets for real, but I know what's going on. Like,
but I feel like you are more likely to be expected to take a side, whereas like the BDs and the GDs just like get it that I'm going to talk to both of them. Exactly. And I feel like they might not give you the same leniency, especially out here. Exactly. Maybe not in your city is a little different, but
yeah, with me it's like people expect me to take a side. Like I said about the Sauce and Yayo, like I fuck with both of them. I just know now that it's like what goes on. I just can't keep it going. I can't post it. But I think that's like, for example, with you, what you're doing now, what Tommy G's doing, and who's the other kid, the
Brandon Buckingham. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Black people can't do that. We cannot do that. I swear to God, we can't do that. We would have been shot or killed by now. I'm telling you, bro. For one, black people, we're still on slave time. It's like we're scared of white people. It's like, for example, it's like if I get, God forbid, let me knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood.
If something happened to me, it's just whatever. If something happened to a white Adam 22, somebody's going to jail.
You don't think people would care if you got murdered in someone else's neighborhood filming a video?
If I call the police right now, it's going to take them an hour to come. If you call the police, it's going to take them 20 minutes.
What, they got metadata from our phones? It's going to be able to tell them what the race of the person?
When something happens to a white person, it's 10 times worse. It's going to get solved. If something happens to me, if I go do a in South Central LA, if I go to South Central right now and do a fucking South Central 99 Crip 9000, whatever is in that hood, I don't know. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I'm just keeping it real.
Numbers, I get you.
Yeah, I don't know the numbers, but if I go out there wearing some jewelry, I'm gonna get robbed.
This is my thing. Okay,
wait,
jewelry is a consideration. That's fair.
Wait. If you go out there with jewelry, nothing will happen to you. I swear to God, nothing will happen to you, Adam.
It's possible, but this is the thing. In LA, you being from out here, you not being affiliated with a set, you might as well be white. I don't think they're looking at me and you that different. Now, if they really get to know us, for sure, but like out-of-towners in LA, totally different rules. You could wear that hat. Nobody cares. But you from LA, you want to wear that hat? Oh, all right. You take it aside.
I think in any city, bro, Baltimore, St. Louis, if I go do a super hood documentary, I gotta be way more on my P's and Q's. You're white, bro.
Yeah.
Black people, we would never harm white people, bro.
Because they know the police gonna solve that way quicker.
We know what comes with it, bro.
100%.
We know black man kills white man. That's why our interviews, like when I interview sometimes, I gotta be timid because it's like I gotta watch what I ask. You can interview, not be timid because you're white. You can come in and say you don't know. I'm just white. I come from skating background. No, real shit. And it's nothing against you, bro. It's
I
just
feel it.
you ask me the difference. It's really a difference, bro.
I'll believe it for sure. The difference is mostly like hidden from me.
Bro, I'm telling you.
I'm the one who's benefiting from the privilege of being white.
Yeah, like if I interview sometimes when I interview black people, it's more like bro, like you got to understand, like black race is like a dominant race, bro. It's like two alphas. It's like we trying to fill each other out. It's more like a mathematical conversation. We trying to see why you asking me that, why you looking at me like that, why like with you, it's not like that.
I'm gonna watch your interviews with a different eye after hearing that. That's interesting.
Nah, he's spitting
I'm telling you, bro, it's different.
Well, I see it with you for
it's
sure.
Different.
He's definitely
it's nigga what? With you, it's just it's no.
Right.
It's all you're white.
I could be weird, different,
I'm jealous of Tommy G and them. I'm jealous of you. Like, I'm jealous of the Buckingham dudes. I wish I could go to St. Louis again, me being known. Like, I could do it before because, like I said, I hid who I was. Now, I can't go to St. Louis, East St. Louis, no security, me and two of my homeboys and go chase a dream. I can't do that, bro. Because I'm known. Yeah. People know I have money. I have a little bit of success. I'm going to die, bro. Maybe not every hood, but one of them hoods, one of them hoods on that tour, I'm gonna bump into something that I posted on my Instagram. It's gonna be something. Yeah. Oh, he's wearing green shoes. Yeah, he represents. It could be anything.
He fucked with this guy,
bro. Being white, bro, it's infinity. Bro, am I lying?
Nah, you ain't lying. You 100% spot
bro.
on.
Brandon Buckingham got sprayed up in Chicago.
He didn't get sprayed up.
Yeah, but his cameraman got hit though.
Because they were shooting at somebody else that was with him.
Right, but he was with him. I mean, if I get shot in the hood, it's going to be because of who I'm standing next to, not because of me, probably.
Yeah, but if something was to happen too, I'm telling you, bro, it's because of it's more of who I am, bro. I'm black. I'm chasing a dream. I rub somebody the wrong way. it's no fear. A black man hurting a black man is really no fear. It's just another black man. We see that all the time, bro. That shit's nothing. Like real shit, bro. That's why I look at it's harder to be black. Like you started a white channel doing anything, and it's not even just black on black crime. A white car channel, a white anything. You being white, you're gonna get way more support because you're white.
Oh, okay, but okay, that actually does explain.
That's
because you know what I was about to throw in it.
That's different.
Booba 100X. He goes to every hood. He's with all these artists. He has security, but he's black from the Bronx, and he's in everybody's neighborhoods. But view-wise, Tommy G and Brandon Buckingham whooping his ass.
Yeah,
and I'm
bro.
only saying that to say that I think that the white perspective of these environments might be more alluring to the audience than a kid like Booba who's really from that.
Yeah, then if you're black, it's why is Shawn documenting black people killing black people? Shawn, you're supposed to be for the culture.
I get those comments.
You're supposed to be for the culture, bro. You're black. You know this, bro. You're a sellout. You're a coon. And then Adam do it. It's, oh my God. Because y'all can play dumb.
Okay, but you're not reading my comments. My comments are like, oh, great, the feds are here again to create genocide in Brooklyn.
Bro, you and Vlad get that 2 times a year. Stop it. Y'all get that 2 times a year,
I would love for you to read the comments on the new vlog that I put out.
Y'all get that 2 times a year, bro. I get it. But, bro, to my point, bro, being black
is definitely more dangerous.
Anything in life is way more dangerous, bro. Because you got to understand, right? My man with the Gatorade. Can I ask you something? So you walking down the street, right? And it's a black dude wearing a poo shiesty, and it's a white dude. Who you gonna kind of look at a little bit more? Poo shiesty or not, right? That's this. It's just being in the jungle, bro. I'm not a street guy at all. Like I've been in hella shootouts though, because a lot of my friends are in the streets, and that's just me growing up with street guys. Like. A lot of times I done been in shootouts, bro, where I've almost been killed, but I don't endure in the street life, bro. Like my dad like told me like the love is in the home, but different. But to my point, yeah, bro, like we're raised to trust not trust black people. That's what we're raised to not trust black people.
Sorry, do you consider it at all like an obligation of yours or something that before you leave the game that you want to do to like help usher in more black content creators? Since you acknowledge it's harder.
Bro, yes. A lot of people, I don't give a fuck how many subscribers you have. Rest in peace to Big D. My guy, you know what's going on. Big D, that's my guy. He was on his way out here. Bro, I'm the first one doing interviews on his shit. Like anybody that got a platform, I'm on that shit. I'm the first one shouting it out. You could do an interview with me. I'm gonna put you on my story. I'm gonna post you and say cheese like it's documented, bro. Like that's what I do, bro. Like it's money for us out here, bro. Like it's like I'm not in competition with nobody. Like that's why it hurt in the beginning when academics was trying to play me. Cause I'm like, bro, like we both like trying to get it, bro. You know it's hard out here. Like so but that's to my point, bro. Like, yeah, I know I'm rambling right now because I always wanted to say this on your platform. Like, I'm jealous of the white people because I know I gotta work 10 times harder. And I wish I could go to these hoods and document, not even rappers, like, but just like, it's a lot of different shit I want to document in these hoods, bro. And I know it's harder for me to do that because of jealousy and being black. But thank you for that question.
No, I feel it. No, I respect it for sure. It's definitely, I think there's a lot of kids who probably look at you and have gotten the motivation to be able to go out there and do it because you look like them, you know?
Yep, a lot.
Respect. How old are you now?
35.
See, you're kind of young too. Vlad, 50.
God
41.
Damn.
You know, like you and Ak are kind of the young guys, if anything.
Yeah, we're the young guys.
Figuring it out by your early 30s is rare. Very few people are figured out what the fuck they're doing in life by the time they're in their 20s. But all right, Remo, you really want to ask any more of these? Or
man, if y'all got anything juicy, just go ahead and ask it. No Diddy. I got a question for you though.
Sure.
Like, don't get offended. Like, I see a lot of shit on like Twitter, like about like your wife, right? Is this like is like that guy like really like piping your wife?
It's not CGI, yeah.
Like, but I'm saying like, what if it's a dude? What if it's a dude? Like, did she have to ask you for permission?
Yeah, it's all communication with us. Yeah,
So you can hit women, but you gotta like
yeah,
ask her.
yeah.
So what if she goes to your phone and she sees women like that you're f***ing, but you didn't ask her.
I like to think of my marriage and my relationship as if, you know, it was like a criminal conspiracy where it's like, I only want to commit a crime if me and you are on the same page, you know? Like, I'm not gonna, the same way I'm not gonna lie to you or Remo or whatever about anything, same thing with her. It's like, I'm just gonna keep her in the light. Like, if she wants to know what's going on, she's gonna know.
Have celebrities hit you about your woman? Like, I wanna hit you, like,
I mean,
like rappers?
Not like sincerely. Not like that they seemed like they actually wanted to.
Would you would you let them know?
Off camera? Absolutely not. If it was the right opportunity and it was like, oh, shit, we could get this, because that's what I tell rappers. NLE Chopper's trying to hit my bitch. I'm like, bro, like, do it on camera. We could come to an agreement.
Damn, that's
He's
lucrative.
not trying to do it, but it's like, like, listen, am I down to let my wife NLE Chopper? We're gonna make $5 million. I guess you my, but you got to do it on camera, yeah.
What about Charleston White? He mentions it a lot.
I feel like the handicapped and the retarded have to be excluded.
See, Charleston gonna be mad at me. Damn, so that's so what if she came to you and was like, what if she came to you and she was like, yo, what's this hot guy I seen the other day? I want to sleep with him.
I don't think she would ever even consider saying that. The same way I would never be like, yo, I met this super hot chick, I just want to fuck her. I would be like,
I mean, I see you say like that on Twitter though.
Oh,
so
like I want to fuck her, sure, yeah. But like,
okay.
it's also like there's girls in the porn industry and then there's everybody else. Because it's like, if they're in the porn industry, we can make money. Like, once you get used to fucking and making money, it really kind of changes the way you think about fucking and not making money from it.
I think you and Sasha, I think Sasha, would you let Sasha hit your wife?
He said he's not attracted to her, actually. That was in the caption of that post that he put up the other day. Yeah. And I see some of the business. Personally, I think he's on drugs, but the codeine might be rotting his brain. I don't know.
$5 million from one shoot?
Well.
Like how, like Plug Talk, like what, that's not OnlyFans, right?
No, it is on OnlyFans, yeah. Plugtalk.com.
Okay. I always thought Plug Talk was like a different like sub.
We have a website, but at a certain point, we just kind of realized like, oh, it makes way more sense to just drive the traffic through the OnlyFans, because the website, like, you got to put your credit card in. It's kind of a pain in the ass. You got to pay somebody to run it on the back end, and then like OnlyFans takes 20%, but by the time you get done running that website, it might as well be 20%. So never really made sense to do the.
So
other
OnlyFans
thing. OnlyFans is it.
So I know I'm interviewing you now. I don't know.
That's okay.
What's the most you've seen on OnlyFans?
In a month? Actually, we don't.
I know it's volatile.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't like to get too specific about numbers.
Like 6 figures though, sometimes.
For sure.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, keep in mind, my wife.
But it's volatile though, right? It goes up and down.
It's not that volatile. It's pretty consistent. But anyway, my wife, homeboy, biggest OnlyFans scene of all time. She made the most money that anyone made on OnlyFans that month.
The big dude, the dude,
Jason Love, yeah.
Didn't
you should get him on.
Oh, okay. Wait. I wouldn't. I mean, yeah, that's cool. So wait, but didn't she just do it with him again?
Yeah.
Why? So basically,
the first time worked, and it was all right. My main concern, like, I'm almost like a regular guy. My main concern is I don't want her to shoot with anybody that I'm not super cool with, that I don't feel like I have a degree of trust with. You know? So it's like her shooting with another guy, with the same guy, to me is like way more my style, or like something I'm comfortable with, than if she's just shooting with some new guy that I don't know what the this guy's gonna do. I don't know what he's bringing to the table.
So you trust him?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about, because I see like it's like OnlyFans agencies now where people like manage OnlyFans girls. Is that profitable?
I wish I had gone for it more early on.
So it's kind of played out now. It's kind of watered down.
It's super watered down. And there's like big management companies that have like all the big girls. And if you sign to that management company, then you're kind of in the mix and you get to do content with these other girls and stuff. So it's like, I still believe in it. Like, if I still met a girl like right now who wanted to sign with me, I would, if I really thought she had potential, I would do it. But it's also like, I'm not trying to sign some girl who's going to make 20 grand a month, you know?
That's cool paper.
Yeah, but like I'm taking my 20%. Like what
Oh,
the fuck do
yeah.
I care? If I feel like if I look at a girl and I think you can make $200K a month, then we should probably talk.
So the bad baby girl, she's not on OnlyFans, right?
I don't think she's or anything. Yeah, I don't even know if you can see a nipple on her.
But people just, so what is bringing on all this money?
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine.
So
man.
OnlyFans, you don't have to have sex.
No, Ruby Rose, she ain't doing shit.
What is she-
I think you might see a nipple. I don't even think you're seeing a nipple from Ruby Rose.
Damn.
But like, what's crazy is that they'll message you on OnlyFans and say, "I got boy girl clips, I got anal, I got all that," and then like you actually start talking to them, they don't get shit. They'll sell you something and it's not really.
So my last question: what about like people want to screen record on there?
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, I feel like if Ruby Rose was butt naked, showing her vagina lips on,
we would seen it already.
we would already seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Somebody's screenshot I put on
It would've
Twitter.
been
Yeah.
out.
Damn, I thought OnlyFans was dead because like it. COVID happened, it went up, and then you just don't really. It's not really. It's like really, you know.
It's definitely not what it used to be, but it's definitely still, a huge opportunity. I mean, we were on OnlyFans for multiple years before COVID, and then COVID hits and it just goes crazy. And we didn't, we just didn't even know what to think. We're like, we already thought it was huge. Now this happens, it's like, oh, now it's way bigger, but I don't know.
Damn.
Definitely her best months ever besides the Jason Love scene were during COVID. There's this YouTuber, Trisha Paytas. She's married now and shit. We banged her. Crazy month.
Damn.
Yeah.
What's a crazy month? Hypothetically, you don't gotta. Yeah, when white people do like that,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, guys.
Nah, but what's
got
y'all
anything
can
else,
throw
Remo?
anything.
Shit. What was your thoughts when you seen that they try to they did charge MO3, well not MO3 when they charged LB with the murder. I mean hiring the dude, the hitman that killed MO3. What was your thoughts on that?
I mean, it was people already had conversations about that. People are already trying to. When you see somebody die broad daylight,
Yeah.
like when you see like a Mo3 dying, or when you see like a young Dolph, like the way they died, you kind of think it was money behind it, but you got I don't know, man. I honestly do not know anything about it, I honestly don't know, but I mean, just seeing the footage is just like, damn, like they really wanted him gone. But it looked like, I don't know, it looked like Yella May Shake out of that. So, just I don't know. It's I can't really say too much, but
I seen you say that the hardest cities to blow up out of is New Orleans.
yeah.
You said hold on, I got the list. I wrote it up. You said New Orleans, Miami, Baltimore, and Ohio.
Yeah, Miami's super hard. You know this is not really no Miami artist, right?
Not right now.
Outside the
for
city.
sure, yeah.
No, I'm talking about in the street.
Why
Like,
do you think that is?
because there's so much going on. You got to think about it. Like, if you a young out there with money, like that's nothing in Miami. Nothing really impresses anybody. Because I used to live in Miami. Like, they not impressed with Bentleys and like that. They see that shit all the time. They see Lil Wayne every Sunday at Live. They see Future. They see like nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really see no real street artists out of Miami. It's super hard. That's why a lot of artists from Florida is really like Broward County. Like that's more like north, like Kodack Black, XXX, Low Shimmy, he's from Broward. And a lot of other artists like Jacksonville up top, that's at North Florida, Orlando. But Miami, they not really impressed with shit. It's hard in Miami. It's hard. It's too much going on. You got boat parties, you got millionaires there. It's really hard to get behind anybody. Who wants to support Lil Broke Jimmy in the hood when all this rich shit going on? New Orleans, the accent is super hard.
I see why you saying New Orleans.
And New Orleans, we like to see movements come out of New Orleans. Hot Boys, all that type of shit.
Yeah.
No Limit. So, but Rod 49 squeezed through the cracks. It's really hard for New Orleans because of the accent. And what other city I say? Baltimore?
Baltimore.
Accent. Sound like they from the UK. Two. So
Would you say that about LA artists? Like, would you try to sign an LA artist?
yeah,
I mean,
but
the culture is just kind of like foreboding for some people.
I think right now on the West Coast, Stockton and Oakland is kicking everybody ass. I think I think LA music is way too regional.
Mm.
Like, and it's just kind of outdated a little bit.
Right.
And then the production they use is just kind of, it's just the LA sound. I think the farthest you'll get is New Mexico. You'll get to Arizona, you'll get to Denver.
Yeah.
But once you get to Texas, it's like,
That's the shocking thing is like I'm in Chicago and I got like Screwly G's homies asking me about EBK J-Bo and I'm like,
yeah.
what the f are you asking me about a California artist for? This never happens.
Stockton.
That made me realize like, oh, y'all got
Stockton and Oakland.
We got something here. Yeah.
Stockton and Oakland, they got the torch in California right now. Anything in LA is just it's too gangy. Like it's just too gangy.
But then at the same time, Chicago, like what could be more ganged out than Chicago?
But it's not like
There's no rules.
But somehow it's more appealing.
Yeah, but it's not like it's more appealing. It's not like 90s creep. It ain't like, you know what I'm saying?
It's not really structured. It's just a bunch of young, violent, crazy
Yeah,
motherfuckers. Yeah,
like LA, LA is just kind of like,
They can't work together as much.
and then it's the sound too, like the Chicago beats. Yeah, it's just the LA sound is something they got to get past that. I feel like it's super regional, and yep, Stockton and Oakland.
With you being from Texas, who would you put on the Mount Rushmore of musicians that made up out of Texas?
All of Texas,
Yeah, the whole state, not even just Dallas.
Chameleonaire, MO3, Erykah Badu, Slim Thug.
That's solid.
Chameleonaire is my favorite. People are gonna say Travis and all that, but I can't really get into Travis music.
Have you ever met Travis or?
Nah.
I feel like he don't get the credit from being from like Texas. Like he get looked over. Him and Post Malone, people don't really.
But if we were to say,
you right,
because I think we said on the podcast the other day, like, dang, you wouldn't even know Travis is from Houston because you don't really talk about it like that. If he was in the room, he'd be like, I made a classic album called Astro Worlds. You know, like he's
definitely a legend.
He's definitely done some shit, but people sonically they don't connect.
He's a legend, bro. Like he made like Astro World, but then the events he throws, like he's super. Like, don't get it wrong, he's just not in my like Mount Rushmore.
Not my thing, but apparently
like
all these
Post
kids
Malone
love it,
is huge, bro. Like Post Malone is definitely huge, bro.
I definitely with Post Malone's music.
Post Malone is huge. There's a lot of big X's coming up doing these things. You got the new Dallas that's going crazy.
Yeah, you excited
Shout
about
out
that?
there dope.
Yeah, man. I haven't really got to interview them yet. I seen that you interviewed them on your platform.
With a track, yeah.
100K track.
Yeah,
I listened to the Zillionaire Doe most recent mixtape on the way here, and he is very, very, very good.
Yeah, he has his sound, and he's only gonna get better. And I mean, the whole new Dallas thing is like, man, they're making media, like the media out here is all the small blogs are eating. Everybody's eating. Like the vibe is like good. Like like it's different from the Yellow Beezy MO3 shit. It's like this shit is like positive. Everybody's getting money, and then you got all the D-boys seeing them be on Say Cheese and all these different platforms. So it's like the economy, the rap economy in Dallas is like what Detroit was like 4 years ago. Like, I remember people thought Detroit, because I used to be in Detroit a lot. Peasy interviews, Dex Osama, like back when they said Detroit rappers rapped off beat, because that's what used to really say that. Like, people used to always ask me, why you up there with Rocaine and Smoke Camp Chino? But I like Detroit is outside of Atlanta. Detroit is the only place I've been to where everybody listens to only Detroit music. Old women, they have their own ecosystem. Old women, kids, women, they all have their own favorites. Like, it's so many of them if you think about it. Baby Smooth.
That's really interesting.
Skilla Baby, Sada Baby, V's. That ain't even 10% out. It's like Detroit is like its own ecosystem, and that's what Dallas is starting to feel like.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's eating. The cameramen are eating. The bloggers are eating. Like, the rappers are eating. Everybody's eating, and that's what New Dallas has brought to Texas.
No, that's hard, for sure.
Because now you got Houston Houston's the big brother. They look at Dallas like little bro. They don't say it, but that's behind doors. That's how
I
they
could feel that vibe when I was out there a little
I'm
bit.
telling you, like Houston, they I mean, population wise, they are the bigger city, but you got to think about it. They looking at Dallas now like, man, we got to get on our shit because like this Dallas shit looking real good. Like
someone was saying it's more dangerous out here in Dallas than in Houston.
Fort Worth is really the worst hood in. Look, bro, I'm gonna tell you this because I used to hoop out there as a kid. Yeah. Stop 6 is the worst hood in Texas.
But CJ Casino.
Stop 6 is the worst hood, bro. Pleasant Grove is bad. The north side of Houston is bad.
Yeah.
Everything's bad, but I'm telling you, like, what's real? Stop 6, Eastwood, Pleasant Grove. Oak Cliff is the biggest hood, but it's more like going on. But Pleasant Grove, bad shit happened. Stop 6 where you're gonna get a lot of content at. It's like Fort Worth is like they still gangbang like the 90s. Like when I was a kid, I used to I wasn't even a kid. I was like 18 and I was passing out I used to pass out phone books and shit to make some money.
Yeah.
And a dude was walking by and I said like, I don't know, I said something like, what's popping? He was just walking by, but I'm like throwing out phone books right here in the guy. And he was like, what's up? I was like, what's popping? Just like, that's just slang. Like, but that's his, that's like gang slang too, but it's like.
Oh, really? Because when I say what's cracking, everybody is like, it's a Crip thing. And I'm like, no, I just say that.
Dude almost killed me right there on spot.
Really?
I'm 18 years old. I dropped my mom off at work. I'm passing out phone books. I think it was Stops. Don't get me wrong. I think I was in Stop 6. That was my route. Like early morning, like trying to get that shit out the way. Almost got killed. Fort Worth still like that. Like they still gangbang heavy.
Because I'm kind of numb to a lot of it. But yesterday when CJ Casino was telling us that growing up, he used to get his apartment shot up by the ops every single day, and that him and his brothers and sisters would like make a game out of it. I was like, whoa, that's some shit right there.
Stop 6 is Stop 6 right there off Truman Street. Yep. Like Stop 6 is bad. But outside of that, Dallas, I would say overall, like Dallas is because it's smaller. Houston's bigger. You can go get lost in the mix in Houston.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think you'll ever leave Texas permanently?
Florida. I'll go out to Florida. Florida, but Texas is like I like Texas because it's like you're in the middle. I can go to LA, it'll take 3 hours. I can go to New York, it'll take 3 hours on flight.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I can go to Miami. That's an hour, 2 hour flight. So you're central. I mean, you're in the middle.
Yeah, that is kind of a good way.
I mean, the weather's good. It's cheap.
Definitely.
And it's not slow. Like out here, it's not like riding horses.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it ain't LA, but I mean, you out here, it's still. Like Houston vibes. What vibes did it give you? What did it remind you of?
We just went to I forgot what they was calling, the trail hunt. Niggas have out there horses and shit.
But then they revealed to us that somebody had gotten killed in this parking lot. Like it's like a grass field, and somebody got killed there like before they started the trail ride.
Damn. Yeah, going.
Wow.
Like out here, you can have guns and shit. It's open carry.
Yeah. Like everybody we hung out with, like normally when we're in New York, I would never dream of showing a gun in somebody's waistline when you're in New York because the cops are literally showing up the next day.
I go and chase bank. I go in the bank with my gun.
Really?
You could be seen too.
Yeah.
Everybody
we were in Houston got a big ass drum sitting right on top of their belt. Yeah. Like no problem at all.
Like I got pulled over like 3 months ago. I had like 12 guns in my car. I don't know if they said it was, they tried to make a headline and said I got pulled over for the Yellow Beezy shit. Cause when he went to jail, I got pulled over. And I was in my Lamborghini and I had got, dude was cool though, but I had like 12 guns in my AK, Uzis, like all types of shit.
He could see it when he pulled you over?
That's why I had to get out the car because when he pulled me over, in Texas, if they physically, like visually see a gun, they have to get out the car and they have to see if it's registered to you.
Yeah.
Like, so.
That's a good headline. I would love to have that headline. Adam 22 caught with 12 guns.
Yeah.
I sound badass as fuck.
I had them everywhere too. But I don't ride around like that. I was just I was moving them. Yeah, I had my car at the shop and I just stored them there because I have kids. You know, you don't want kids. Yeah.
You be having the old schools and shit. I be seeing.
Yeah, I have a few old schools, but yeah, I do. But I told you I'm about to sell everything and buy Bitcoin. I'm about to buy It's going to 10 million.
What's your craziest purchase you ever, like craziest thing you ever purchased? even if it's regrettable.
To be honest, I'm really frugal, bro. Like, to be honest, I'm the craziest thing.
I've been seeing the Cubans you've been wearing.
That shit's dumb though.
Yeah.
Like I don't value that. If I value jewelry, I would wear it. Like, and I know y'all in here wearing jewelry. I'm not knocking y'all. I'm just saying for me, I don't care about that shit.
So it's not a situation where you don't want to just be moving around Dallas wearing jewelry and shit?
When I go to AAU basketball games, I wear my jewelry to recruit. You know, kids want to see it. They want to play for your team because you're wearing it. But I just don't wear it. I never wear my shit. Yeah. I'm like, bro, I spent, Bandman Kevo had me go to Izzy. He's in New York.
Because I was wondering how much you spent on.
Yeah, like $220. Like, Izzy, he's in New York. He do all Dirk and Kodak shit. Yeah. And then I'm wearing it, and I'm like, this shit bring more problems than good.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm at the AAU games. You don't know who calling, who in the parking lot. Like, it just, I don't need that type of attention. When people know you got money, you don't got to overdo it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, you are a white guy.
Yeah, when it comes to
money, when it comes to finance.
I'm real frugal. Like my homeboys be trying, man, you need to pop it more. Third be telling you need to pop it more. I'm like, bro, I don't want that shit on my like mental. See, I like looking broke.
Like somebody paid me for some promo the other day in cash, and like all of a sudden I have like $3,000 in my pocket, and it completely changed the way I felt. I'm thinking like, damn, I'm a little old lick right now.
Yeah,
$3,000 ain't like enough to really do the most, but somebody would definitely do a lot for $3,000.
Man,
like
niggas.
When I walk around, like even in LA, you know, I'm stopping at Starbucks, like I'm not even thinking twice about it. If I had a $20,000 necklace on, I'd be like feeling very awkward everywhere I went, you know?
Hell yeah, man.
I feel awkward enough just being internet famous.
You're white, bro. Nobody's gonna touch you, bro.
Yeah, that's gonna make the memorial reel.
Hell
They're gonna play
make,
that one.
Yeah, make that the own part too. I want that to be. That's a Say Cheese post too. But anyway, go ahead.
Shawn Cotton's poor predictions. Shit. I feel like we got through all the hard hitting questions for the most part. Yeah. I feel good about this.
Hell yeah, man.
I appreciate you sharing it all.
Hold on, one thing we didn't get on. So it's recently Mexican OT been going viral. I think he was on Angela Yee podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was Lip Service where he basically he was saying that he says the N-word and if you got a problem with him saying the N-word, do something about it. How do you feel about Mexicans saying the N-word? We in California too where it's a lot of Hispanics that say it.
In Texas, here is different. Like I grew up with friends that are Mexican. Shout out to my boy Felix. He about to come home. Like here you grow up with Mexicans. So it's like it's not as like taboo, but like, and I know in California it's different. But out here, to hear Mexicans say it's not like it ain't like bad. I just feel like in the interview he was just like, what you gonna do about it? Like trying, you know, like taunting, like sticking your chest out about it. That's why I think people were upset about it.
Hell yeah.
I'm not the police, so like when I got like I said, I got Mexican homies that say the N-word. Yeah. But have you ever spoke to a Mexican and they just be nigga, like saying, I don't like when Mexicans say nigga more than we do in the conversation. It's like, all right, bro, we can tell you were raised with black people, around black people, that's cool, but still have that respect because you know black women don't like when Mexicans say nigga at all. They just don't like it. Men, we're more cool with it because we grew up around black homies and we said nigga and like that. But just show a little bit of respect. Yeah. That's the only thing with me. I don't care. I got friends that Mexicans that say the N-word. But they not nigga. And us as black people in Texas, you can, before Mexican open their mouth, you could tell if they were raised around black people. So you don't even gotta say nigga that much anyway. We know, holding a conversation with a black person in Texas, like just seeing them, you'll know if they were around black people or not.
Yeah, how they
So
grew up.
sometimes it's like, I think you don't gotta overdo it because that's corny. You know what I'm saying? I respect the Mexicans who are respectful with the N-word. They may say it, they say it, but they not over with it. Yeah. And but I'm not the police. I'm not about to shoot or kill anybody that say like, nah, that's a waste of time. So at a point he is right about it. Because I'm not about to waste no energy about it. But show some respect because you are in the black. You know what I mean? Like this is black culture too. You know what I'm saying? Like you are a rapper.
If this was gonna change, it probably should have been an issue like 40 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
like, niggas ain't.
there's so many kids who this is just ingrained in their personality. I don't know. I don't see them changing it up.
Yeah, and I got artists that are Mexican that say, but it's still respect shown too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go to Trader's Village and say, call a Mexican a wetback and ask them what they'll do about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not.
Yeah.
That's not the positive vibes, man. That ain't the vibes. Yeah. But we are in Texas, and Mexicans do say for sure. And I know places like LA, Chicago, that ain't flying. But out here, we kind of live on top of each other, and we.
LA, they out there saying it for sure.
Oh yeah. But I know y'all are black people in LA. They way more like it's way more.
Nah, like I'm from down south too. In LA, it seems like it's the same. It's fair game, right?
Oh yeah. And I remember, but LA is like a different world. I remember me and him were driving somewhere, and like he's just looking out the window, and it's like an entirely Mexican, like a mile straight of nonstop Mexican people, and he's like, "You realize this is way different than where I'm from."
Yeah, down south, Mississippi, we only got white and black people like that. So.
Yeah, I think, like I say, man, using the N word, it ain't the end all be all, but just like you talking to women and you saying like, what y'all gonna do about it? It's like, damn, bro, like, like.
That's kind of like the Jin Lee attitude too. He's like, he goes, you don't like it? We can punch about it, which I'm not even used to people saying punch about it. But
what I will say though, Jin Lee be standing on business. I was at South by Southwest. We were filming a vlog. We upstairs, and I guess Rainwater happened to be downstairs, and like he wasn't even on no camera shit. He just instantly went downstairs just to get on that Rainwater. So like, I guess wherever he from out here and shit, he be standing on business about the N-word usage. Even when we was walking down the street, Big X the plug homies and shit was pressing him about it, but he ready to fight anybody who got a problem with him saying it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Have you heard of him like before recent, or like was he a staple out here?
Yeah, I don't want to say a staple, but I do know his dad is like an owner
of a club, right?
Yeah, and I know a few people that know him. He's a good dude. From the conversations me and him had, but I don't know. Is he white or is he mixed?
He white,
full blown white.
I mean, this whole thing had been viral before, like on a smaller level. Like he's had multiple rounds of the same thing going viral.
I mean, he's standing for what he believe. He's fighting for what he believe in.
That's why I say he's
like
all Rosa Parks.
But like, shut the fuck up.
No.
But I do want to say this though. Like you said, like if we were going to do something about the word, like it should have been done a long time ago. And it just seems like I just think like has turned into like more of a word of endearment than like a slur. It's not like it's using the ER, nigger. You know
it honestly tells you so much, just like how ubiquitous black culture is, that like every race at some point just like wants to say this word, and at some point seems to not even be processing that this is a black word that came from the lived black experience of black Americans, and it just doesn't really register to these kids.
Yeah, it's all good though. Shout out to my Mexican people, man. You know, this just will never end. Like it's gonna always happen. It's gonna always. That word is is what it is. Shit. I definitely want to come. We definitely got to do like a part 2. I'm gonna come by the office.
Definitely got to do a part 2.
I'm scared to come to your office though.
Our office is 6 months violence free.
Y'all got 9.
We have a sign. We change. We add like one day like.
Yeah, y'all got gangsters jumping out the ceilings and
it be looking
crawling through the toilets.
It be looking crazier than what it be on.
That's the only reason why I didn't come, because I've been wanting to get a no jumper.
Well, it turns out that one person gets brutally beaten and pistol whipped and stripped naked, and that can kind of change the overall vibe of your establishment.
But I always looked at it as you have more control than it's like. I always thought Adam, like, damn, does Adam must not got no control in there, because shit be happening when he there. Like
they waited till I left to beat the shit out of that guy in the parking lot. So, like literally, like right after I left, that was like 2 minutes after I drove away. But yeah, we were running a tight ship.
How do you deal with gangs in LA?
Show them love.
See how easy it is to be white.
Hype them up.
See how easy it is to be white, bro.
Don't call them any of the bad words.
I can show, bro, and I know you hate this, bro, and I'm not trying to put your back in the corner, bro. But this is reality. Bro, if I was in LA doing no jumper, something would have happened to me a long time ago.
It's possible.
That's why I say I'm jealous.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of the black media entrepreneurs out of LA.
There's not many that have real influence.
Not outside of LA.
Would have been tied up and everything.
You may have a point.
All the podcasts that's in LA usually just local to LA. And ain't really nobody that made it through.
Yeah.
You're to get to where you gotta go.
And a lot of them are held back by the fact that they're scared to do anything that gets into anything mixy, you know?
Yeah.
But you remember that dude, Ray Daniels, was saying that Adam 22 or Vlad could never happen in Atlanta because Atlanta is so much more gangster than LA or wherever. And
yeah, I remember.
I very much took issue with that. Although I did look it up, Atlanta's murder rate is like twice that of California.
No, I don't believe that. I feel like you would have conquered. You could have conquered Atlanta too.
Yeah, I mean,
feel like that.
I don't
Bro,
see.
you're white. You can go anywhere.
But I don't see media personalities getting popped in general anywhere. I mean, rest in peace to Zach. I understand that was a separate situation, but it's like you got to be a pretty wild gang member to want to go kill a media personality.
Nah, bro, that shit.
I haven't seen a lot of
bro,
it.
I get a lot of threats.
Really?
Yeah, like when Finesse two times got out of jail, he wanted to meet up on site.
Really?
I don't know why. We posted his music and everything. One thing we didn't like, that nigga wanted to meet up and everything. Really? That shit happens more times than not.
Damn.
I just feel like a lot of people don't. There's a lot of rappers in the music game that don't rock with me because I'm black and successful. But that's just what comes with it.
Well, I'm sure you'll make it one day.
Man, fuck them. I made it without them.
Nah, for real. Shawn Cotton, honestly, like one of my inspirations to this day in terms of this content shit. You carved out your own lane.
It's hard.
Yeah, you went hard. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You know you went hard.
Man, no Diddy, bro. Stop
classic.
that.
Not
bro,
like
stop
that. No.
Stop that, bro. Stop that.
Shout out to everybody we got on the wall. Prince,
who y'all got
Prince,
coming
Mac
next?
Miller.
I know y'all not. Who y'all got?
Shit, I'm right in
We
front of
out in Dallas, so you know we finna rotate out here. Do some
I know y'all got a rainwater coming.
Man,
we're gonna link with Rainwater.
Oh, that's why
we're doing a day with Go Yale.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah,
that's fire. He in Fort Worth?
I don't even know. He just said he was down. We're gonna link up tomorrow.
That's fire.
Yeah.
How long y'all out here for?
Just tomorrow.
It's a Monday.
Damn, is there anybody? I'm gonna think of. Damn, nah, Charleston not gonna do it.
No.
You almost had. He was.
My boy Fly Soldier about to hospitalize him anyway. He got bigger fish to fry.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all boys.
Shawn Cotton, No Jumper, coolest podcast. Shout out to my man Remo holding it down. Like, comment, and subscribe. And shout out to my man Sean for helping us make a classic.